and welcome everybody to day one here of the season 3 finals. I am Thousand Eyes here with Dia, and we got 8 games today, not 6, 8 games to go through to figure out who is moving on tomorrow. And Robert Morris Colonials already doing what we have seen them do on this map multiple times. They like to loot fast and move into this area to get a drop on the team that they're fighting against. Now, shields don't look very good compared to their opponents, so they're gonna have to keep an eye open here as they move forward.
Seen a few teams do this, just start off with the Ballistic, since Ballistic is such a good flex pick once your main legends start getting banned. We'll say Ka-Chow, maybe having to be a little bit careful, but on the Mirage, you can afford to step a little bit closer to danger. The amount of escapability and bamboozling he can do. Robert Morris Colonials are going to disengage from this fight slightly, just maintaining high ground for right now, and I love that they've already started moving towards Alpha Base. I think it's the right move. You may not have gotten the drop on anybody, but at least you'll get to zone first.
Yeah, that's the important thing, being able to get through and survive here, as we're already seeing Kennesaw State Black get into some action, taking shots on a team that's altering through the wall. They did use their Ballistic ult. It does seem like they're able to just wait here. Schmiggles uses that altar port to just make sure no more damage is taken.
Imagine that was Utah Valley Green who were in a bit of trouble. Logan Reap actually getting focused down by Grand Canyon Rocket. High ground, I don't think will yield an actual knock right now, but the position for Grand Canyon Rocket is interesting. They've got a defensive comp and are sitting on the edge of zone. Do we expect that they stay here? Or with something like Caustic Newcastle, do they start rotating into the middle of zone as you'd expect from this competition?
Yeah, that's kind of the question, right? Do you want to sit here and try and use that ability to gatekeep really well, or do you want to get into the zone and hold it? West Virginia in trouble right now as Dean is already knocked here. P20's not enough. Does trade 1-for-1 at the end of it, but there's just one member left for West Virginia. Whoa! Can't land the shot with the P20, and Full Sail Armada get the first full squad kill.
With Wesleyan now eliminated and Utah Valley Black eliminated as well, we saw how deadly it is when you get caught out mid-rotation. What surprises me is that SJSU were able to do this in a building. Their own fight win actually comes off the back of a much cleaner 3v3 with both teams set up very well. Robert Morris Colonials having lost one. I don't see this being a recovery as well, and it looks like the same thing. Just caught out during rotation in the open space. You can't actually pick Faith back up.
Exactly. And we have seen this from Robert Morris a couple of times. They've just gotten caught in their rotations because they're trying to move out of a situation where they don't have a whole lot of loot. They don't have a lot of ability to just rotate very well, and they just get caught out. Usually, we do somehow find them getting themselves back into the game. So we'll see what they're going to try and do at this point, but it's not a good look right now.
A lot of ways to get back into things, but like you said, it's just not the foot you want to start things off of. Taking a look at the north end of zone, though, over here by Alpha Base. Sort of defensive position, you could say, held right now by Artip and the team. Sitting up here in the north isn't going to yield an especially high amount of KP, but it should keep you a whole lot safer than those teams that have to rotate in from the south. Look at how many people are out of zone. Look at how many people are going to have to go through stasis array in the next couple of minutes.
It is not going to be great. GCU, Rocket, one of the teams that's not going to have a very fun time here. They're just going to use that Caustic ult. They're going for this fight on the edge here. They're still just sitting on the edge trying to make something happen, and we'll start to use that altar portal and go for the fight. Cracked one shield.
They actually might get Reap here, and yeah, Reap's going to be knocked. I don't know how much it's going to cost Grand Canyon Rocket, though, as they do regroup very quickly. Nando jumping over to the rest of the team, while the Ottawa Braves still hold high ground, trying to recover Logan Reap, but aren't going to be able to do that before the kill gets finished off. This high ground is good. It'll keep you from being pushed for a while, but still, the trades in a 2v3 just do not feel that solid. Nice job.
RJ.
And a nice juke as well. Panda doesn't find him.
RJ is crazy good. Big crack, and RJ does eventually get knocked. So it is just one member left here, and GC Rocket, they do get their win in this fight, but they are still, like we've said, pretty far away from where this ring is going to pull, and they're not a team that rotates well.
Yeah, and Ottawa just, I think, had a totally different game plan there, and I don't mean to say that they weren't on the same page, but it's pretty clear that they did not want to go for the recovery and would rather see if they can craft banners elsewhere, not try and take the 2 versus 3 once they had lost a member, and I can't blame them for it. Logan Reap going down that early still leaves you a lot of opportunity to rotate out of zone negatively and find a banner recovery that hopefully gets you more points in the end game.
UNC Wilmington, fan favorites now. They're going through the zone, and they are right by this edge of ring here. So are we going to see a fight break out there? Also seeing Purdue Black stuck in the zone right now, just outside of the Alpha base. Gonna have to back away because that charge rifle is starting to hit.
My God, I could feel the air by his ears starting to heat up just with the charge rifle alone. I really like Purdue Black. They're a very exciting team. They're willing to get creative with the compositions, get aggressive with their game plan as well, which is something that in any Apex space, be it collegiate, be it professional, I'm always going to favor an aggressive team because it's so fun to watch.
Absolutely.
Ottawa Braves go down.
Ottawa Braves, yeah, caught out. That was the last member there, so not able to get that respawn. Gonna see right now if we can get a shot on where that ring is gonna be going and hopefully move their way over, because things definitely a little bit of a walk at the moment. Western Havoc, they're one of the teams already in this ring, and they are holding strong thanks to this Rampart.
Interesting to see a Rampart run so early instead of a Newcastle. Normally we'll see Newcastle until he gets banned, and then we start seeing teams go over to the Rampart. I wanted to make note very quickly as well that UT Dallas Comets currently hold the northeastern side of the next zone. So when we're going up towards Alpha Base, UT Dallas are going to be sitting in that safer position, playing for an end game, playing for a win. And as a team to keep our eyes on today, it's really notable that they're in a spot that is difficult to contest.
It is absolutely what we expect, I think, from UT Dallas. Just early game, or early series control. Can they close it out and start off the same way that they did in the last series with the LCQ? That really is the question. Full Sail Armada have gotten into the zone here. Not a great spot to play, but they're scouting things out with the crypto to see where they can go.
Using the util early on right now. I don't love this from Full Sail Armada. If it gets them a squad wipe, that's great. But if not, I'd much rather have grenades for later on, because looking at where they are, looking at how many teams are around them, you're just not going to be picking up that much later on for Full Sail Armada. You don't want to be relying on knuckle clusters to push teams out of coveted areas when you get into Zone 4, Zone 5.
Yeah, especially considering you're already max level, you're not going to be able to push any of those knocks very easily, and now stuck outside of the building, having to watch their backs from a distance. UNC Wilmington, already seeing them go in as well. This is one of those teams on the edge, and the P20s are hitting from Freakozotic. Just one more member. Can they finish this one off? They will. Grand Canyon Rocket are gone.
That was wild. Freakozotic just swung 2 people, and it seemingly no bullets hit them. It looks like IUP Crimson in the winning end of a fight right now as well, despite having Psycho go down. Just look at the area that they control, trying to interrupt these reses that are happening behind the Newcastle wall, but Ever has got more than enough time to just dip back, jump in, take out Purdue Black, and now go for the res. Really nicely done.
Utah Valley Green getting into a fight themselves. Round 2 closing, forcing these teams into fights. Schmigel going to back off to heal. Tracer in trouble, can't get out, and will get knocked, will get finished. It's a little bit more points over to that team.
Pulling out the final shot with the triple take. Very, very stylish, Elixirs. Don't mind if I do. Kennesaw State Black gonna manage to survive, at least for right now, despite losing Tracer to that sick triple take shot. But it's exactly the problem that we talked about earlier. Oh no, Void goes down too. This is rough. It's exactly the
not
thing we
looking
talked
good.
about earlier. How many people are going to be rotating through this cliffside choke? It was always going to be a lot. Kennesaw State Black, I think, unfortunately, the victims of not having rotated early enough or safely enough to actually make it into the end game. Because now you're down to one person, chances are you're not making it in.
Yeah, and there's no place to really craft that is safe. All the crafters are covered by other teams, so Elixirs is kind of just in no man's land at the moment, and I don't think there's going to be a not no man's land available for KSU here.
Again, just with this minimap, take a check-in on UT Dallas, upper left corner of your screen, just defending the rotation into Alpha Base. From a history, from a positional perspective, from both. They're the team to keep your eyes on this game until they get randomly eliminated because 230-30 hit them. You know, there's always the chance. I could just be talking them up to have them disappear. However, we did talk about Kennesaw State Black disappearing, and they do.
I did see God's Faith back up, so once again, we are seeing resilience in the lobby at the very least from some teams. Gonna get the evac tower for Utah Valley Green as they're gonna try and find a way into this zone, and I do not know where they're gonna try and go. They're kind of second guessing it seems.
Yeah, I think they spotted UT Dallas up here. I like the reinforcement of the doors. We'll see where Badger ends up going because it is a decision. Do you push UT Dallas or do you kind of YOLO it? You don't have a lot of information on what's going on in zone. Badger's already taken some damage on the way in, and YOLO it is. Is anybody here? Doesn't look like it. We can see that there's nobody here. I will say Utah Valley Green didn't know that.
You know what? Sometimes you just gotta take the shot and it works there. Kaiser trading 1-for-1 right now as the Newcastle goes down. Definitely not the one you want to fall. Will get the protection of the shield and get back up. So Kaiser A-okay, but still keeping their eyes open as teams around them are starting to open fire.
Yeah, on the south side of zone, if you survive, you have the opportunity to pick up so much KP. I'm actually keeping my eyes on IUP and SJSU for this reason, because they've got some sight lines that take them out of the building. San Jose State Blue, just from this long building alone, can end up taking a lot of shots at teams that rotate in, assuming that Nkosu doesn't go down.
Nkosu, I don't
job.
think also wanted to go outside. That is really unfortunate. Both of those tacticals used and just not looking good. We'll be able to get back and heal back up, but kind of realizing it is not safe in these buildings anymore if people are starting to get real close by.
I'm probably going to regret saying this because I almost always regret saying this and then having teams ultimately die. By the way, guys, shout out UT Dallas taking out UNC Wilmington, that northeastern side. We actually are going to check in on that right now. So I'll save the point because Utah Valley Green, they're coming in to maybe end UT Dallas right now with a quick swing. Dawn taking point with the Newcastle, but Utah Valley Green do take a lot of damage on the way in. Now Dawn already did find a knock, but Badger's going to have to be the one to hold the mantle. Bowser already very low. That frag could be huge, but Utah Valley Green are going to split up. Schmiggles goes in and goes down. Can Utah Valley Green actually finish this?
We're gonna finish off some of them here. Bowser's the last one alive, and thanks to the Newcastle, will get that res on Schmiggles. That nade could have been really bad to split them up there. They're just gonna disengage, I think. They don't want to take that last member. San Jose State also in this ring here. Kaiser looking for their way to get into the building. Altars available, so this is their way to move forward if they want to.
Really telling. We didn't actually get UT Dallas eliminated. I'm looking at that bottom left side of the map. Schmal's actually, I think they know that Bowser is here, so we're likely going to see the end of UT Dallas here, courtesy of Valley Green. I think that was a really nicely timed push. Great finish, but I am still waiting for the confirmation. I'm looking at that kill feed going,
At some point it has to happen. Texas Orange been quiet this game. They are in a very solid position. Utah Valley Green, a little bit less so as they tank some ring moving in on round 4. Will survive, will heal up. Not cover, but they do have high ground.
Slam the roof and go, actually, we gotta move. Bowser's still alive. Still alive in the south side of zone. That's crazy, and even surviving now as we move down to 10 squads with the elimination of Utah Valley Green. These are placement points that are being picked up. I am amazed that Utah Valley Green actually died here. I thought their spot was going to be okay, but this lobby is bloodthirsty.
Yeah, it
UT
really
Dallas
is.
are down.
UT Dallas Comets gone already in 9th place, and look at this ring. Nobody is in this ring yet. Nobody feels they can move into this ring because all the cover is gone. We are going to see a bloodbath in a couple of seconds when this ring starts to close.
I like where our observer is at, though. Take a look right on the crosshairs. SJSU on the northwestern side of this zone left their building early to grab control of the fence. Now, they might not have cover moving into the next ring, but they've got a heck of a lot more on the way to it than other teams. If they can be the last to move, SJSU could pick up a lot of kill points in the next few minutes.
Texas Orange fighting underneath the building here, and it's not going well for them. Wakai's already down. Spicy Boy, P20s, not enough, has to reload, swaps to the other gun. The Nemesis does the job, but Texas Orange are not in a good health position, and it's not looking good for them. Kaiser starting to move in as well for their fights.
Actually, almost killed Caden. The tether alone would have done it, but Kaiser, with very little cover, are just doing the best they can. And you know what? Aren't we all? Texas Orange gonna fall. So will the MSU Mavericks as Kaiser Ash Portal into the zone. Difficult sight lines on them as the Robert Morris Colonials look over all of this. San Jose State Blue still in this. Take a look at them rotating down from the fence. San Jose State have to watch their backs as Robert Morris get to watch their fronts, just firing down on everyone at the same time. No danger for the Robert Morris Colonials.
And this is one of the teams that was down to a single member. They lost so much early on, and we said they are a team that is resilient, that can get their members back up and fight this. Now they need to be really resilient now because Dev is the last one alive, and they need to get these revs off very, very quickly. 3 squads left.
That's cold, actually. Having a ballistic just walk up and stick the res. This is crazy, though. SJSU have survived on the low ground. Robert Morris Colonials and Kaiser are fighting each other. These are the last 3 squads. Kaiser have the better of the high ground, but the fact that they haven't managed to finish off the Colonials yet is leaving a huge gap open for SJSU to recover on the low ground and come up to height. Kaiser have got one knocked. This is not a safe space for any team, especially when you've got Nikosu running up on you.
Exactly. San Jose State Blue bided their time, and they're looking to move in now. Gonna swing around outside and get the knock there on 460. San Jose State Blue, the alter Q is trying to kidnap here. Will just continue to fight on the other side. This is such an awkward spot to be in. So much ring damage is being done. But Viking Cap from up above with the P20s looking down to try and finish these squads off.
Gotta defend this.
From the high ground, can Viking Cap do this?
Kaiser are down, and remember that we only had 1 member left on the other squad, so this should be easy. San Jose State Blue finished that with impeccable timing. That was a crazy endgame that they should never have won, but the 2 teams on height insist on fighting each other, which opens things up for SJSU.
Absolutely. Here we're going to take a look at our leaderboard after game number 1. Obviously, San Jose State Blue up on top at 26 points. Kaiser at 14. RMU at 13 there. And kind of a big deal there because Robert Morris Colonials got a lot of extra points there for just being able to hit second place on that last kill.
That there are a couple of chokes coming from the 2 opposite sides of the zone, the left and right side of the zone, where we can see teams get caught up. None of them particularly enviable. None of them with a lot of cover. A lot of times when you're coming in from the west side of the map, you're just going to be coming in at a disadvantage. Fact is, Full Sail Armada already creating some advantages of their own, rotating towards that side and catching teams off exactly like we were talking about on these weird and awkward rotates.
Yeah, a really good start there. Getting that first knock, first point on the board there for Full Sail. Looking at Ottawa Braves. We're grabbing their P20s as expected. You see a light armory, and you're just like, you know what? Just walk up, everybody grab your P20s, make your way over to your theater of choice.
You gots to do it. I've seen some complaining about the P20s, and guys, the reality is, it's going to get patched. Right now, your job is to win. Pick up the P20s and give it your best shot. I'm not saying the P20s will win you the game, but they will certainly help.
Absolutely. They are very strong at the moment, especially because there's gold P20s coming in the care packages as well. So why not have that ready to go?
Just what we called out, by the way, with the swap to Wraith. Nice job.
That's all state black.
I'm going to talk about the fact that Tracer swapped off of Ashe and onto Maggie.
I have seen a little bit of teams seem to believe, some teams at least, seem to believe that Maggie is a lot stronger than what a lot of people say. And I can understand it, right? If you want to play in people's faces and play aggro, Maggie does that incredibly well. She's also got that assault bonus, which is still really strong. I kind of see it.
I like where your head's at, and I appreciate your positivity. I do think Maggie is quite good. I don't know if Maggie is good enough to pick right now, but I guess we'll find out. Maybe Maggie wins the game, and I come off looking like, I don't know, a dude.
Looking like you don't know your east from your west.
Yeah, exactly. And I would hate to look like I don't know east
that
from
would
west.
be the worst, actually. Utah Valley Black looking to play aggressive here. Got a Void Nexus coming in, and they're just going to move in, not even looking in the right direction there. Utah Valley Black, great start to that fight. They will get that first knock. God, now next on the list. There's just one member left, just teleporting in to give the points over, and Full Sail Armada will go down.
You know it's bad when you're going to a Void Nexus that your team is actively calming not to go to. Utah Valley Green are going to go down as well, so actually in danger of dropping out of the top 10 in just our second game. And I want to shout out that the Robert Morris Colonials, who made it to top 2 just last game, were eliminated by San Jose State, who won the last game. So these two teams already picking up a bit of a rivalry today. Be it a coincidence, be it a little bit of map rotation, be it an actual rivalry, I'm starting to see it.
Is very important too to just see that pecking order exist so early on, especially when you're seeing these teams fight earlier. Lots of points gained for RMU last game. Not going to be getting much in this one, if any at all. Western Havoc inside of this zone, but they are getting some damage thrown their way. Nades being tossed as well. Kaiser looking for the aggression at the moment.
I think right now just holding up on this high ground and having a lot of extra information is going to do them good. Now, Kaiser know they're sandwiched, but from a position like this, it's not nearly as scary as it would be in, say, a ranked game, just because nobody's really going to fight in the center of map right now. There's enough space that you can coexist and not have to do it for the moment. There's Minnesota State Mavericks, team to keep your eyes on as well. Typically, really, really good zone team. They've had some aggression in collegiate competition recently, but when I look at this squad, I still think this is a team that really knows how to play once they're in zone, and thankfully, they're at least in zone 2 right now.
Absolutely, MSU Mavericks moving their way forward. Again, another defensive team composition here that we're seeing. The Wraith for the ability to rotate, but then you've got the Catalyst and the Newcastle for that ability to hold down space. Expect them to just hang out here. I don't think that's how you use Alter Ult. We're just gonna put 2 right next to each other. Why not?
2 is interesting.
Actually, wait, no, that's an opponent Alter Ult, I think. I think they have put their Alter Ult next to
as good as mine.
Yeah, I think they put it right next to another team's Alter Ult, which, man, I'm realizing now how hard it is to say to Alter Ult.
Yes,
that one is a little bit of a tongue twister.
Good luck is what I'm going to say. I'm going to be hitting you with Void Nexus. That's how I solve that problem.
Yeah. That's the smart thing to do.
Well, you know, sometimes you say Void Nexus and people are like, what is that? Because not everybody actually reads the ability names.
Oh, absolutely.
And so sometimes you just sat here as a commentator and you're like, look at this Void Nexus, and people are like, what is this guy talking about?
They don't have Wraith on their team.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. You feel my struggles.
Yeah, no, I understand entirely. West Virginia feeling a little bit of a struggle right now as Keondrake is down. San Jose State Blue, another KP point added to their total, and we are already seeing a team that wants to pull ahead of the pack.
They're just so aggressive. I don't know. I'm really liking San Jose State coming into today, and I think it's been pretty obvious from the way that I've been commentating them. This is a team that has been coming up in collegiate. They had a couple of roster swaps around the mid-season, and if their positions have been steadily improving. They've been getting better and better. And even recently at LAN, I think they did really, really well. Had an argument for taking away a top spot. San Jose State, I think they're going to keep climbing, but it is only one game. I'm happy to be proved wrong. Just when I see them play well, when I see them play aggressively, there's nothing I can say, but this is what I can.
Seeing a knock here. Psycho. Great shots with the car. Gonna move forward here. Ballistic ult going already. And they'll at the very least should be able to get this one fin here. They're going to keep moving forward. The nades, not a worry here. Psycho cracking his shield, needs some backup there, gets the knock, and Purdue Black will be eliminated.
Psycho fully playing like one in a second, just sprinting at people, and again, somehow not taking any damage. It's amazing. San Jose State Blue reinforcing where they were just sat. We've seen them jump out, get a quick team wipe on West Virginia, come back to their spot, and again, holding up in the center of the map here, a really good idea, because realistically, this is where the zone is going. We all know that you can play out towards the western side and actually stay relatively safe, but when we talk about what a good end game position is going to be, you're going to want to be straight in the center of the map, right where San Jose State Blue are.
And now we are seeing lots of Void Nexi being placed around the map.
That's fine
at the moment.
That's fine.
It is
that's not reported.
Lots of Venn diagrams.
Yes.
being placed. Oh my goodness. Just wild P20 usage.
Wait,
from
I did not see that Wraith portal out. That's crazy.
We'll get the revive here, which is honestly a little surprising, and the shield swap. So Utah Valley Black don't pay the price for that one, but very well could have.
Kennesaw State getting quite aggressive as well. Nice knock by Tracer, making that Maggie proud with the Mastiff.
I was honestly, I saw Sora get out of that with the altar portal. Thought that might have been a way out. Now we're gonna see if C3 Freaky can get back to the team and survive for now. RJ going down to the kill feed to UT Dallas of all teams. So UT Dallas starting to get on the board as well. The scout shots just being laid out from a distance.
UT Dallas also taking a really similar approach to this game. They sit out on the western side of Ring and just take up as much space as possible. They go, this is a tough spot to rotate through. Let's just spread out all over it. Make sure that nobody else does this, so we're the only ones that take this maybe suboptimal rotation, but one that's ultimately going to keep us quite safe. UT Dallas even getting aggressive here. Can't say I hate it.
Those are currently not loving it at the moment, and maybe the rest of the team struggling a little bit as well, as that is two members down already. Just J-Mac alive, hiding inside of this container. Gonna use the Void Nexus to get back. Try and get the revives here.
We're going for the double Void. Ottawa Braves resetting as well, so these two teams are gonna clash again. Everybody gonna get more than their fair shot at the 3v3. A lot of forgiveness with Alter, a lot of reset potential in situations like this, especially when you've got the double Void Nexus down and you can jump twice. It's just so much distance covered so quickly. I like it. That's all I'm saying. It's a good strat.
It's also kind of scary to follow. It's scary enough to follow one Void Nexus. Following a second one feels like this has to be a trap at some point.
Yeah.
You do start, your spider senses start to tingle just a little bit as UT Dallas now getting into another fight here. They have been able to reset. They are still fighting their way out here. Ottawa Braves, the team in front of them, as the nades will fly, the doors will open up. Newcastle ult to block them in, and Ottawa Braves now have very little actual ways out of this building. We'll trade 1 for 1, 2 down for Ottawa Braves. but can Sins make it work? No, Ottawa Braves will go down, and UT Dallas again getting some KP for themselves.
Now the question is anyone following this up? Because last time UT Dallas were fighting really well, and they got jumped on by other squads. What's really telling here is that nobody else follows up on it. UT Dallas are alone on the western side of the ring. And take a look at where we're going a little later on. We're pulling way up north, out of quarantine zone, and again, Tessa, we're going into the open.
Just complete open. I do want to call out UT Dallas had really good resets there. Getting up and immediately getting the shield swaps down for all the members. The fact they were able to reset that quickly, even if no one was around, that ability to reset fast is there, and that is a difference maker in some games.
UT Dallas are still going to have to go through Grand Canyon Rocket, who are playing Caustic in a tunnel. That's like final boss mode in Apex Legends.
That is where Caustic is good.
Yeah. I remember landing on Kings Canyon.
I
landed one spot.
I think I might have blacked it out of my memory.
Yeah, yeah.
That one might not be there anymore.
Must have been painful. It's been painful for a couple of people. But to their credit, to UT Dallas's favor, in fact, Grand Canyon Rocket have actually taken the proactive move. They chose not to sit in the tunnel, which is wild to me, but understandable because ultimately they do have to get into the next ring, which is a little further up north. A ring that San Jose State Blue are already in.
And San Jose State Blue, once again, kind of being the arbiters of who is going to make it into the top 10 of this game, as we see those shots being tossed out, not landing. But Shmub gonna try and put down some pressure, as we will see a team just move on by them.
This one.
Mavericks in trouble right now.
We did praise their zone play earlier. It looks like things have gotten a little bit out of hand. Minnesota State actually managing to find yet another reset. Newcastle just making that so much easier, but continually knocked. The question is, really, can Texas Orange chase this out? Kennesaw State Black going to be taken down. So will IUP Crimson, as Shmup from San Jose State has picked up 6 kills in this game already.
Nades being thrown in the Mavericks' direction. Gravity's still down. Small's also falling. Utah Red down to a single member. Zakatar looking around to find a safe spot to res here. Will go and get the one member.
San Jose still in this unpushable spot right now, using their high ground to abuse other teams and send Shmub out on this Wraith that he can just get incredibly aggressive on. Nice job, UNC Wilmington. Going to be taken down. That is one less squad in the lobby. A few more placement points for everyone, and it seems like they're going to keep coming as the UT Dallas Comets, after making their exit, still will be taken down also by San Jose State. That is a lot of teams that San Jose State have been responsible for eliminating from the lobby.
And they've already been at the top of the lobby as well, so they are really cementing themselves into the top. Remember, this is 8 games that we are playing. To be up in the 50-point range after 2 games is kind of crazy. So San Jose State Blue, they are firing on all cylinders right now.
I was just in San Jose. Sorry, it's completely unrelated. San Jose
Was
State
it blue?
It was. It was not. But maybe they'll paint it blue, celebrating their Apex team. I could see that happen.
They're painting it red right now.
Like this. They are. Utah Red actually poignantly going to go down right now. 4 squads left. San Jose State still with the most high ground in the lobby, but that's going to change. Kaiser Esports making it into the top 4 once again. Remember that the second place team from last game was already eliminated. Sorry, Robert Morris Colonials, but Kaiser, they're carrying on the banner, making top 4 again, maybe even top 3 if they get a little lucky. Utah Valley Black, Texas Orange, Kaiser, all the 1 teams left to challenge San Jose State.
Braber in hand right now. Lawless looking to see if anybody peeks around, keeping an eye open. Got to slowly move up. Nade's gonna come out as the scout is still a big problem, and shields being cracked all around. Kaiser taken down to 3 squads. San Jose State Blue still on this high ground, but now they're being contested on the opposite side of it.
We saw this last game. What happens when the two teams on height fight and aren't able to finish each other off? That's devastating. Viking Cap, though, gets finished off immediately. San Jose State going down in top 3, and Utah Valley Black now have to go up the hill when they've got a whole team looking straight down at them.
And they didn't push after that fight. They had their best opportunity to fight, just third partying on that, weren't able to do so, and now everybody has reset. Now they're fighting from the low ground. Incroc gone, Lawless the last one alive, no shields left. It is a 1v3, and Texas Orange just gonna walk in, try and get this last kill. Elstar overheats. The G7 scout eventually lands the shots, and Texas Orange take game number 2. We're gonna take a look at our standings after game number 2. San Jose State Blue, despite not winning that one, I mean, you can't knock them any further. They are in first place, 46 points.
We are going pretty far towards the south. Grand Canyon Rocket are already rotating out of their very, very far north drop in Sky West and making their way down. They are one of the teams with the furthest distance to go, as really, when you're talking about World's Edge, POIs like Lava Siphon get a lot of attention, but in this case, POIs like Tree and Launch Site are going to be really nice.
Yeah, we also do see now teams are not able to pick that altar. We're seeing teams swap around. We did see Crypto now as well coming through. So San Jose State Blue gonna be running with that Wraith once again. They are making their way over, and they're not going towards where the ring's going. They are looking for fights.
Already popped the ult as well. Kennesaw State Black. We're starting to see what an early fight can look like for you. It's a big risk. They've already lost elixirs. And a recovery, while not impossible, certainly isn't going to be comfortable, especially with West Virginia on your tail. We've got the scan as well, so West Virginia hunting down their mountain mama, looking for those last 2 kills. I've been waiting all day to say that. I think I'm going to say it a couple
I'm
more
sure
times.
you have. I know you well enough to know that is exactly, you were coming into today like, I gotta get this one out at some point.
Yeah, I apologize to all of our viewers with brain cells.
West Virginia will be getting themselves back off. UNC Wilmington in a rough spot as C3 Freaky already down. That is the Newcastle. Grenade will land, and C3 Freaky goes back down again. Texas Orange are looking in on this as well.
Probably going to get these kills, but they're playing a little conservatively because there are 2 teams in the area. YKai going to back away. Texas Orange, with their largely conservative play, may be able to get a lot done here. But even if they don't pick up kills, sitting in tree is a win this early on. UNC Wilmington have gotten that win already, and, well, unfortunately, Flaming Magma not going to pick that up, but Purdue Black will get an early point. This very northern side of the zone, over by Climatizer, seems to belong to Purdue Black, who I did praise earlier for their aggressiveness. I'm happy to see them pulling it out now that we're in game 3.
I mean, with the Wraith and the Ballistic, you have the ability to just, like, get that Wraith portal and immediately pop Ballistic ult, just go. Purdue Black gonna be moving in here, and they're also, again, not a team that is looking to get in the ring immediately. They are looking for some more fights.
Yeah, it's all about how many kill points they can pick up earlier on. Nice break. That's actually huge. Dragon gonna swing around here.
In trouble now. And Master is hitting the shield bat and gonna be the last one alive for the team. Full Sail Armada gonna send Full Sail onto this final member as they drop down below. We'll see. Cancels the shield bat, and there is not a way out of this one. Purdue Black, the aggression comes back to bite them.
I am really surprised to see that turn around so quickly, especially after the drone got broken. I was like, well, Full Sail, this will be probably an even fight. But you heard us during that fight, right? We're almost like clenching at every moment because it seems like just the time that you're going to see Purdue Black find a knock, find a pick, move on up, especially with the Into the Void from Wraith. I was like, wow, this is the perfect time. You jump around on somebody with P2020s, you take him down, and it just never happened. Purdue Black in that fight didn't manage to really sink their claws into it at any point. And they go down for it in literally an uphill battle.
And a very early loss for them as well. Gonna see Sora get picked back up. Western Havoc in the late game of this zone where we expect it to continue to pull. UT Dallas Comets knocked out early once again. Definitely not having the level of success that we have seen from them in the previous days here.
But if there's a team that's going to take them down, I'm glad it was Texas Orange, who seemed to be really coming up. I praised their macro in the end game a lot just a few minutes ago. The fact that they've started things off by taking out UT Dallas, one of the teams to watch coming into today's games, really good sign, really good continued sign, I'll say, for what seems to be the team that I want to say is like up and coming, defying expectations today, Texas Orange.
Look at some of these teams that are in this zone as well. Not a lot of ammo on these teams, and not going to be a lot of opportunity to pick up more ammo as the game goes on. So very much have to play around your resources very well. That becomes a very important thing in some of these World's Edge maps where you're going to be getting to the zone early and you're going to be waiting in a building for a long, long time. Cannot just throw your bullets around willy-nilly.
The Ottawa Braves do have a little ways to go. Now, we talked about this last game when Ash was banned. This game, when Alter is banned as well, it just becomes more obvious, especially for a squad like Ottawa Braves. What exactly are they rotating, Tessa?
I'm not sure right now.
That's the thing, right? Like... Yeah, Ballistic, good on paper. Fuse, good on paper. Newcastle, good on paper. And when you have to move across open space like this, you're like, man, this composition actually doesn't feel that good. Now, if they get into zone, I'm sure they can do a lot. But actually getting there, especially when we're in late game, when you have to move just these few inches and 8 squads are looking at you, you're going to wish you had, say, something like a Wraith.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Is like there's nobody on that team that's a go button, right? Like there's two characters that fight really well, but there's nobody to get into the fight. And it is a little bit difficult as Full Sail Armada taking a look right now, just barely moving in front of that Newcastle wall, and that will be Full Sail Armada just sending it once again, trying to get these kills on the edge of the ring.
BB and John just getting very, very confident. Defensive Bangalore ult as well. I think really telling of Flaming Mamba's approach to this. And Flaming Mamba, Magma does not actually make the defensive Bangalore ult work. This is just a reality of the situation. Full Sail Armada, they were in control. They found the pick on rotate. And even Bangalore couldn't save you.
A little unfortunate. RIT Black in trouble themselves here. Parsnips, last one up here. Eva will land the shots, and Kennesaw State Black go down. RIT gonna be going for the revive there. Good heads up play to just move over to that Newcastle first.
IUP Crimson finishing off a kill of their own. That's done. Unfortunately, we got to say goodbye for now. We may still get a recovery if Utah Valley Green are able to survive this, but Schmiggles got to get out of here. I will say, probably value Valkyrie's chances a little bit more in this case. 60, looking for a pickoff with the Sentinel. Both would have been knocks if they landed, but unfortunately didn't quite make it. Kaiser are biding their time. They know there's two teams fighting here. They don't want to commit Psycho, who will know how to go crazy at the right time.
Looking down from below. Nades being thrown just to cause a little bit more pressure. Schmiggles is still back there looking here. Utah Valley Green stuck as a duo at the moment. They need to find some way out of this one, and there is not an easy way. No matter which way you go, you're running into a team.
Yeah, Psycho committed onto the low ground with the rest of the squad earlier, which I think is nice. Utah Valley Green still very difficult to push, and we know, because we got that X-ray vision, there are a couple of other squads in the area. Badger gonna drop down, grab this banner, nice move. And now, I think Utah Valley Green should be able to get out of here. If they want to just Valcult off the roof, they totally can, but they're not going to?
I'm a little bit questioning this one. I think they had the opportunity to just get out of here. There is the Rampage firing heavy here, but there's no more shields on this Utah Valley Green squad, and they're going into the zone, which does do damage. Now the Rampage still firing, gets another knock. Can Schmiggles finish this off 1v2?
Might be able to. The health bars are incredibly low right now. Psycho's banner does get recovered. I'm not hearing any reses on the outside, top of the building, whatever it may be.
No.
But IUP Crimson get time to pick their health back up off the floor where it was, and that's going to turn into Utah Valley Green getting taken out. That's just, I mean, realistically, once you saw them healing on the low ground, you knew that Utah Valley Green was done.
I mean, I'm just really surprised why they didn't just grab the banner and Falco. That felt like the play that was in front of you. Yeah.
That was the play, definitively. They're going to look back at this VOD and go, we should have done that.
Yeah. That is unfortunate. Speaking of unfortunate, Full Sail Armada stuck with only PB and John on alive at the moment. Is not in terrible position, but does not have a good way to grab those banners or craft them.
That is unlucky. I will say, at least PB and John has health. That doesn't seem true for all the rats we've got.
Yeah, speaking of unlucky.
Yeah. We're just playing the game of who can get a little more unlucky. San Jose State Blue, however, very lucky or very skilled. Maybe both. Who's to say? I'd go with skilled at this point of the day. And now there's Skynades.
It's leaning towards skilled. Gotta get that Wraith Portal off to get their down teammate. See where that's going. Are they gonna chase after it?
Take the portal.
Yeah, there's too much action happening around. God, really, really wants to get that care package.
Care package over there.
There we go. Got the
Everybody's
Evo.
max level.
Just too good. Just too good. Havoc Rifle coming down. You Buffalo not going to live to see it. They die before the care package even hits the floor. Kaiser start to rotate in using the Wraith Portal to great effect right now. IUP Crimson will not get that chance. They go down. Kaiser still playing. And it does look like we're going a little bit further over towards Lava Siphon. This is looking like another good game for San Jose State. Don't mind saying that.
I want to be upfront that we did not write the script for today. That was we are not the ones that put San Jose State in the right spot at all times.
My recent visit to San Jose was not insider trading. It was, I would just like to beat the allegations. Just
I'm still wondering if you actually went there if it wasn't blue.
No, I actually did. I actually my family lives in San Jose, so I went back to see that.
San Jose State Blue gonna head back to their place of waiting.
I will say, no hate, but my family is not this good at Apex Legends. and I do kind of wish they were.
I feel like you'd be a little jealous if they were.
That is probably true. This is interesting.
This is
Caustic ult in the box. Grand Canyon Rocket, they want some kills.
With the crypto as well. That's a lot of damage for free, and they just get to walk up. R9 does a lot of work, and now one member down, another falls, and UMC Wilmington taken out with clinical precision.
That was a crazy jump scare by Who's Your Daddy on Caustic as well. Walks through the shield, and you see Newcastle turn around like, I'm sorry, did I? R99 directly to the face. That was crazy. Kaiser Esports watched that. They were fighting that, by the way. And just are like, you know what, we're not even going to push that. Because that didn't even look hard to win the fight, given how much caustic gas, how much damage was done early on. That was a pretty ridiculous fight.
Yeah, I mean, you have to use two ults to do it, but man, you just wipe that team. That team's health is just gone right at the start of the fight.
Yeah. Really well done. We'll see how far Grand Canyon Rocket can do it, since they are going to use yet another ult in the Wraith to get them a little further into zone. Kaiser Esports not doing too well, but with Newcastle again, you do have the chance to pick everyone back on up. And shot in the back, though. This is tough, and I'd suspect that's Grand Canyon Rocket, and it is, who have made it all the way around the rock with the Wraith Portal, and are just starting to, I think, re-harass you. Once again, they've gone, you know, Kaiser's right next to us, let's take him down. Minnesota State Mavericks, not going to make it, though. SJSU taking them out and also eliminating Full Sail Armada at the same time. So continuing what they started last game, just escorting teams out of the lobby. My question is now, who's going to show Kaiser the door?
really kind of just is the question there. The drone making the anxiety peak just a little bit harder there as RMU right now in the middle of this ring. Again, sitting in the spot where this ring is going to pull. Not bad for them. Grand Canyon Rocket lose a member now as RIT Black as well. Sitting up near this high ground in a solid position for this ring.
Curious that 460 was able to 1v1 the opposition Wraith. It's the one thing that's keeping Kaiser in this game, but the point is really going to matter for them, and it might even mean the end of Grand Canyon Rocket, who now don't have the ability to Wraith portal out. Lawless going to be spotted, not taken down, and West Virginia Wesleyan look for the kills. Robert Morris Colonials are going to go down just as Deans takes a swing into 2 people. Fortunately, EVA 8 going to follow that up, making things a little bit more even, but we're still waiting for this finish. I'm not sure it's one that West Virginia Wesleyan will get, as they get third-partied immediately, have to run up the hill. Utah Valley Black are going to go down, and we're waiting on West Virginia Wesleyan to be seen by somebody. Anybody.
Anybody at all. One of these days. Just walk it out in the open. Texas Orange go down.
Whoa!
Grand Canyon.
That's unexpected.
Now looking for their fight themselves. The caustic gas not going to be enough this time. Nando is just hiding out for the time being. Hopefully waiting to see if there's an opportunity to move up. Kaiser do get one member back up, but for how long is the question. A1 Headman is going to get back into this area. Grand Canyon are going to get one of the members revived back into the game. Dropped right on top here. Can they 1v1? Last one's the reset. Cannot hit, and that reload timer was just too much. 460 now. Has to run for the hills.
And we got to be looking at Utah Red right now. They've taken out Texas Orange, and I know that I've just said 2 states and 2 colors in succession. That's just how it is, guys. Utah Red have been playing very well today, but quietly. They have quietly made their way up. Look at them right now, sitting in 5th place. This game has been a really good one for them. They've taken out one of the top teams. Right now, Utah Red could be making a run up to 3rd, maybe even 2nd if they're really, really lucky, but I'm seeing a 3rd. Super achievable for them right now. This could be their breakout game.
The opportunity is there. Utah Red want to find something with this Kraber. Final ring about to close in 15 seconds. Western Havoc playing from the low ground. Ottawa Braves very much on the far end of this ring here, and they're one of the first teams that's going to have to move.
Looking at San Jose State as well, as we always have to. They are the team in 1st place. They are a team that still has a position on high ground. Well, we've got the Ottawa Braves looking at them. San Jose State are going to cut off those sightlines very quickly using an aggressive Catalyst wall. Shmub does go low, but this looks like a fight that's finishing pretty quickly. Nkosu maybe getting taken down, though, has to be saved. Viking Cap misses a few too many shots. Art Kip going to fall. San Jose State, though, extend that fight a little too long. They lose control of it. It was well thought out, but it doesn't quite work for them. San Jose State go down. Now it's time for maybe somebody else to take the crown. Kaiser
Utah Red
still alive in this. West Virginia going down. Utah Red going down as well. 4 squads left.
Ottawa Braves now in a really solid position here. Nobody really there to contest them, and they can just fire those grenades underneath. A little bit of damage thrown out, but not really worried about it just yet. Ring still closing. There is a drone in the air. Gotta watch for that crypto ult that could be a game changer.
RIT Black starting to make their way up as Utah Red's journey has been ended. It's now a question of how far RIT Black can make it as they are so close to the top 3. I like their cutoff on height here. They make sure to pressure the Ottawa Braves, but will they actually be able to make this work? Because you need to push Ottawa Braves off the bridge, and they have been pushed. There goes Sins. Western Havoc going to come in and finish this team off. You have to imagine Logan Reap is still alive, but it's got to be a matter of seconds. A1 Headman does go down. Ottawa Braves go down.
3 squads remaining. Right now we're seeing Western Havoc in a little bit of trouble. Gonna run back, grab that shield swap. Drone still sitting high in the air. 460 off on the side here. Lots of damage being put down onto Western Havoc from that high ground, and they don't have a way moving forward.
Kaiser can do this.
Can look here. Kaiser has to make something crazy happen right now, as it is just 2 squads, 1v3, reload at the worst possible time. RIT Black are able to close out match 3. San Jose State Blue definitely still in the lead, but Kaiser, respectable 38 points here. By far the closest to San Jose State Blue. RIT Black with that win into third place themselves. Texas Orange still sticking around at 26.
In fact, we've got the autoloader going as well. Does suggest to me that they are at least anticipating to find a fight up here, but they're not going to get one just yet. Instead, moving up onto the high ground, they're going to wait. They're going to wait. Maybe take out a drone or two.
Maybe get themselves taken out in the process here, as Admiral Macron is going to back away, and already immediately that Watson ult taken out of play.
That's devastating. That's actually really, really sad for them. And it pushes U Buffalo into a much better position. Are still waiting for a mobile shield, which Bulldog and Lazy Cap can use to cross this space, but you want a little bit of damage on top of that first. That's a little bit of damage.
That is a little bit of damage there. Going to be dropping down the Watson fence as well. That's pretty nice. Pretty Black, I think, realizing, hey, this might not be the fight that we actually want here. Let's at least get to the ring before we get too involved in this. And West Virginia Wesleyan is not feeling too hot at the moment here. The jump around.
Looks like Kennesaw State Black found you.
Yeah, Void looking. R9 just barely not enough. Last shot will get it, and West Virginia will fall.
Nicely played by KSU as well. They don't take any risks. West Virginia going down. They also have a lot more space, something that Full Sail Armada don't have a whole bunch of, especially since PB and John got taken out. You wonder whether they'll be able to pull this off, as this was a long-range takedown. Psych gonna pop right back out of the drone, play cover for Returnal. Full Sail Armada do largely recover, albeit their rotation maybe a little bit stymied, and now with Art Kip coming up behind them, we could see another fight breaking out very quickly for Full Sail.
Absolutely, they're going to be looking around with that crypto drone for that little bit of extra knowledge here. Grand Canyon Rocket now going to be looking for their little bit of pick. Almost cracked that shield. They will wait just a little bit further here. They're going to drop down, grab the Evo shield. Do see the Bloodhound, which just caught my eye. Again,
I was hoping you'd say something about that.
Just kind of, it is crazy to me to see the Bloodhound pulled out this early.
Yeah. Especially since you've already, oh my lord, got the ability to detect. Tracer slams him with the ball, but does go down. Void has to finish this fight. That was so beautifully opened up. It is one kill that goes down. Waikai last one standing, but Kennesaw State are going to take the opportunity to reset first. Texas Orange going to go down in the meantime as well, so a big shift in the lobby. 18 squads left, but Kennesaw State had a huge opener there. They haven't finished it yet. In fact, they haven't gotten anything. No kills were actually completed. So all that revved up Rampage nonsense hasn't actually net them much.
Yeah, I mean, that's criminal that there's not a squad wipe off of that, because Transfer is just obliterating people. Just could not get the backup to finish
in places I've never seen.
Yeah, just dumpstered people.
Yeah.
And now RIT Black gonna take their look outside here. They are now the gatekeepers. These teams move in as the ring closes for round number 1.
Purdue Black going to be the team coming up behind them. Still really waiting for the Purdue Black pop-off. I know they're aggressive, but just doesn't seem like they've been able to manufacture fights in the same way as they were maybe a week or two ago. MSU Mavericks using some grenades. I want to say aggressively, but it's hard to tell at this point, because I think of MSU as a squad that would actually want to coexist here. Seeing them nade just seems a little bit odd. IUP Crimson gonna get pushed. It is a double swing onto one with Psycho completely gone. We're gonna use the Newcastle to buy a little bit more space. Gets tagged in the back. It doesn't look like they're going to survive. That's IUP Crimson down to Utah Valley Green.
And that's kind of unfortunate, because IUP Crimson, we said early on, they're a team that really does need to get their feet on the ground if they're going to be successful. And when they're going out this early, even a late push becomes very scary, because you have to succeed in those later games if you want to have a shot to make it into that top 10.
You know, in the opposite way, UT Dallas Black, I think a team that has been maybe a little too grounded over the last little while. They picked up the Rev, see if that can make them, and I know it's going to sound silly, give them a chance to fly, because right now, they haven't been able to do really much outside of decent macro. That's something UT Dallas absolutely have, but when it's not about their macro, when it's about just taking a fight, they haven't found success today.
Absolutely. Catalyst Wall's gonna go up. Sorry, T Black. Are gonna try and make their rotate. DB and John peeks around the other side there. Can't get any knocks. Does do a lot of damage. And in comes the ult from the Crypto. Full Sail Armada just gonna full send into this team as RIT Black lose a couple of members. It is just Arkkip alive who's running through the hallways. Will get up on top. Not going to get the shield broken just yet, but I don't think there is a way out. RIT Black go down in 17th.
Really cool to see that as well. I love the flank from Returtle. That was just a team that was working very well together, and Full Sail Armada earned that fight. San Jose State, who have not had to move, or maybe not been able to move, depending on which side of things you want to take here. RSAT still in a good spot in zone, over by Mod. They've got decent weaponry as well. What they are going to be lacking is resources, and that's something that San Jose State, if they want to win this game, which I think you'd imagine they do, given that they're playing Apex Legends, need to overcome at some point. You have to get a team wipe. You have to find some way of getting additional loot, or you're going to run out by the time we hit late game.
Grand Canyon going to drop the Caustic Ult just to grab space for themselves. Utah Valley Black want to move in, but I don't think there is an easy way to get into this Caustic Ulted building. No trouble. Bloodhound ult just about to wear off. They do get one knock here, but damage has been done. No real shields, no health for Grand Canyon Rocket, and they need to buy time to get their heals off and get themselves in this fight.
Yeah, the barrel pop is really good for that. Lawless was picked up around the outside and ends up pulling off a shield bat as well. Tries to buy a little bit of space for Utah Valley Black. It doesn't get picked off because of it. Thankfully, KSU aren't sitting in a corner this time to find you with a rampage, and so you will see them seemingly completely disengage. That's totally fine at the end. Utah Valley Black get enough cover, get enough resources to recover, and survive the Grand Canyon rocket assault.
Robert Myers Colonials popping their ballistic ult here. Utah Valley Green also going for the same here. They're going to go in for this fight. Firing in, do get ballistic queued, and it is not looking good for Utah Valley Green, or is it? They do get a knock. Robert Morris Colonials do get their kill, or do go down rather. Utah Valley Green need to get Dawn back up. The health bars blinking right now.
Yeah, Badger, I don't know how you're able to stick a res, just like physically as the legend, stick a res with that little HP. You must be in so much pain, but it's gonna work. And Full Sail Armada taking another fight down here on the low ground, seem to have it going in their favor as well. This is going to be a full finish on UBuffalo Esports, but before UBuffalo went down, they did take out a single member of Full Sail Armada. That is a full-thirsted kill that ends up giving them a point, and more importantly, pushing Full Sail into an awkward position where now they have to stick a res, like a full respawn beacon style res, in order to get everyone back and fight as three in this endgame.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Is that a Revenant with P20s and red shields?
Oh yes, yeah. Remember earlier I said they picked up Revenant because they wanted to fly. It was really, yeah. It's weird.
That's terrifying. Now at max level, red shields, ult makes Revenant a absolute beast at this point in the game. Utah Valley Green disengaging from the Bangalore ult here as UT Dallas Comets. They are looking to get some kills here. They definitely want to get some points to get themselves off of the hot seat.
We got a full Forged Shadows ready to pounce, but with the amount of kills that UT Dallas were able to collect so far, the choice is instead to play defensive, not push into the building. They don't know this, but Schmiggles is 1 HP right now. That is crazy. UT Dallas aren't going to actually pick up the kill. Instead, it's SJSU that are starting to find some. Logan Reap going to go down. Grand Canyon Rocket searching for some with the Kraber as well. Still 6 shots left. That's plenty to take you into the end game. But Grand Canyon Rocket don't have the most important thing for a Kraber, and that is an angle on anyone.
Very much so. Will not land that shot either. And Grand Canyon Rocket slowly getting pushed. You can see they keep having to back away. They keep having to give space. Every time that Kraber shot misses, it's another little bit of space for UT Dallas to walk up from, and Purdue Black. Also, another team looking for fights here, just gonna ping around, get that shot onto the member there, as there will be just one left. Somehow staying alive as that Valkyrie, and Utah Valley Green finally go down.
The nice punch to finish him off. UT Dallas, though, did push a little too far. You know that's Canyon. When you've got Caustic Gas, Grand Canyon Rockets start moving up and maybe ushering UT Dallas out of the lobby. That is 2 down right now, and just the red shields Revenant. Terrifying as Jack was. Now, Caustic swinging on you, with 3 full members swinging on you. 2 are down! He was still scary up until the very end, but
yeah.
Grand Canyon Rocket do escort UT Dallas out of the lobby. 11 teams left, and it looks like Grand Canyon are able to reset.
UT Dallas going down early once again, too, and it's just kind of just have to assume, yeah, this team that has gotten 100-point games the last 2 times we have seen them, not likely to happen this time around. Kennesaw State Black in a really solid position with this ring. Will just be biding their time. Purdue Black not given the same opportunity as Red Dragon. The last one alive with the Watson pylon. Can't make it work, and Purdue Black go down.
The Ottawa Braves will reset, and Purdue Black's elimination does mean that they're alone on this side of zone, so we're starting to get the Titans of each cardinal direction making themselves known. Utah Valley Black going to take a reset behind their no longer amped up Newcastle Wall. Nice shot by Pander, open things up for Grand Canyon Rocket. This could be another squad wipe going their way. Sins, Lope pops the shield bat on the other side, and I imagine that'll be a reset as well. Pander doesn't want to let this happen, hits the Bloodhound ultimate, and is going to go for the flank as well. The Ottawa Braves in shambles right now, and being chased in by the zone. Who's your daddy? Cleans up 3 kills. The Ottawa Braves are down, and Grand Canyon Rocket have a Caustic that's going crazy.
Grand Canyon Rocket looking good. Speaking of looking good, San Jose State Blue not wanting to give any space for these teams to catch up. Will grab another bit of KP for themselves. Utah Valley Black hiding in the buildings right now because they are a duo, knowing they can't do much. Elixirs will get back into this game, though, thanks to Kennesaw State Black getting that mobile respawn beacon.
Sticking this. Looks uncontested right now.
Oh, no. Well, maybe a little bit contested at this point.
Yeah, then you see 3 people sprinting through a building and you go, well, maybe not.
Tracer will go down as Utah Valley Black down to just Lawless. Can the grappling hook save the day? Lawless gets around the wall here. Will hit for the shield bat. Is there enough time? Will get it. Now got to peek back in, throw the nade. Would love to get that revive off, but there's only 15 seconds before this ring starts closing.
With Lawless versus Void, but Void's prioritizing the res, gets it, and that is an immediate knockdown by Lawless. Nice nade, but Void's going to go down. Utah Valley Black, 3 seconds to reset. They are going to pick up at least the 1. So it'll be 2 folks moving their way into zone, where KSU Black do not even get the chance to approach. San Jose State, dead in the center of zone, seemingly playing underneath a lot of the geometry. They got a little tunnel in here. I want to see whether that actually turns into an endgame for
right now. Want to call that out. They've got multiple people. Everybody has bonus shields, whether it's the gold or the red. They had the PK as well, but Pander going down puts Grand Canyon into a bit of a pinch.
And not looking good. Stacks, a really punishing place to have anyone go down, especially when you've lost height like this. And as much as Who's Your Daddy was playing well earlier, doesn't really get the chance to on that big boy Caustic, who just gets focused down on the way into zone. However, big focus now drawn up to Minnesota, who have made their zone play finally stick. World's Edge, the map that they should be most practiced on, the one that their playstyle should work best on. They're pulling it off quite well for right now. Still top 7. You'd want to see them get at least top 5 to call this a win for Minnesota, and I'm going to say a top 5 with a few kills as well.
Grand Canyon Rocket. Be looking to
No
grab
way.
the banners here. Doesn't grab the second banner, which I'm a little surprised about. Man, if you could get that one banner and get a mobile respawn beacon, you are actually kind of chilling. I'm not gonna lie. It's not great, but it's a lot better than it should be.
San Jose State know there's a crypto around here. They're going crypto hunting. I don't think they're actually going to find him, and I hesitate to say that
Is
it
this
would be,
a
it would even
unknown
be a good
sport?
thing. Yeah. That would actually be really fun if we all played hide, like, you know how we have hide and seek in Apex
Yeah.
Legends? If we did that, but all of the hiders just played crypto.
I thought you were gonna say like you have to. Oh, and he gets it. Okay.
And he gets
I
the
thought
skin.
it was gonna be the you have to shoot crypto drones, which I would hate.
I mean, you would also theoretically have to do that, but in this particular game, that hasn't happened. Instead, Grand Canyon Rocket, it's going to be more like shooting them as they come down, dropping right onto San Jose State as Pander. Probably the shortest lived that Pander could have possibly been in this situation. Doesn't rejoin the rest of the team, and it will just be another kill going over to San Jose State. Pander gets finished off. Grand Canyon Rocket still left with 2, which is greater than the one they had before. But as the zone closes in, it may not be enough to get them to the next ring.
Especially as it is our final round. 7 squads remain. Scout, not a great close weapon, and Kaiser Esports realizing that they're gonna get the revive P20s just to provide a little bit of protection here. Cryptowalt comes through, and Kaiser not looking good as multiple members go down. MSU Mavericks still playing from this high ground, and you can see they are above everybody else.
Now they've got to make the drop down work. It's really difficult to have this happen, but with the Catalyst wall, you can manage to find a little bit of safe space for yourself. Gravity has to stay alive. Utah Valley Black going to need to drop down as well. They've also got a Catalyst. We could see a zone where nobody can see anything as the first Catalyst wall starts to go up. Lawless turns around, might even find Grand Canyon, but doesn't make it through the wall to do so. Utah Valley Black, Kaiser, both going to go down. Western Havoc falling as well, but Utah Valley managed to survive for a little while longer, actually, and Minnesota State do take them out. Utah Red gonna fall. Minnesota still in charge of this lobby, but remember that San Jose State are underneath all of this. It's 2 duos and San Jose State, so as Minnesota do lose 1, they trade, and it's gonna be another falling as Gravity will go down. Grand Canyon Rocket going to help this, but Pander goes down, and it's San Jose State, who from underneath are never focused, are never challenged, and win yet another game.
After these 4 games, San Jose State Blue at 75 points. 41 kills. The next closest kill count is Kaiser with 18.
And in these games, they were succeeding as an edge team really well. Seeing them be tested as a zone team that operates inherently on fewer resources is a good thing for them when moving into tomorrow's games.
I think what's also interesting is when they are doing so well, it makes the 10th spot much more competitive because the points are so few. MSU Mavericks wanting to get some points for themselves here as they're throwing out nades. Seeing Two Strokes check around, using that crypto ult just to make sure even more damage is done. Gravity gets a knock. And that will be a full finish there.
It's a nice team composition for Minnesota State. I like that they use the crypto for Two Strokes just because, I mean, he is such a potent shot caller for the team that having him on crypto is really nice, and unleashing people like Schmalz and Gravity as well, just to get a lot of work done. I think especially Schmalz standing out in the fragger capacity this season has been a fantastic thing for them, and especially now that we're getting into Game 5 and we've already got Legends banned, seeing them still be able to find a composition that works for them stylistically, that isn't something they have to work against, but that rather works for and with them, really nice.
Another crypto ult being used here on San Jose State. To drop the Seer ult, which I have not said in a long time. San Jose State will just kind of be waiting out here, and looks like they do just kind of want to play for the zone. They just want to see if they can hold this spot for themselves as long as possible, which I can't blame them. That's the consistent way that you're going to continue to gain points. You're already in the lead. No need to throw it playing aggressive.
Yeah, you don't have a lot else to do. UNC Wilmington will likely just farm some Evo on them, and I think that's the unfortunate reality when you've got cryptos like this in the lobby. We actually might see crypto banned with how many teams are starting to run this particular legend.
Yeah.
And that on the second game of Stormpoint would be really nice for a squad like San Jose State, who is otherwise just going to get harassed for their shields.
I feel like it's either going to be that or the Bangalore, which a lot of teams are running as well, which is really important on Stormpoint because, like we said, very open. The Bangalore smokes give an opportunity to rotate through that open air, and you take that away, suddenly rotations become a lot scarier.
Catching a look at the slower rotation of Kaiser Esports, who are starting to make their way up the hill, just in front of Texas Orange, who are wrapping through the launch pad area right now. Texas Orange, still one of our teams that are running, or that is running Maggie. Not terrible, still odd to me. I think Maggie in a bit of a weird place as a legend and competitive right now. Hasn't found a lot of success today, but that's nothing that'll keep her from finding success if teams are just able to really put her in a position to be used right.
Texas Orange right now, making their rotations. They're looking to play around this edge. This seems like they're trying to find a fight. Ottawa Braves, another team that we've wanted to see more from today. To see MSU drop in front of them, and they're going to just go for this. And this is a little bit scary because not only are they moving on a building, but they're playing from a little bit down below. So they're going to have to walk up. And there's multiple teams in this area.
You know, despite being in 14th place right now, they are, Ottawa Braves, only 3 points behind the qualification of 10th right now. And they've been playing, I'd say, quite well today in the sense that they are taking high-impact positions. Where Ottawa Braves have really struggled is converting good positions into actual wins. Their approach seems to be, we're going to find a good spot, we're going to be able to bully people, and then somewhere in the mid-game area, Ottawa Braves disappear. Maybe it's because a team 1-2 shots them, maybe a couple skynades get thrown their way, maybe they get pushed out of zone and can't really fight back. But Ottawa Braves do a good job of understanding how they should be in a good position. It's transitioning that's really hurting them.
Absolutely. MSU right now seeing if they can find a way around into this next section they need to move, because they are going to have to go uphill. And it is not going to be a fun time for them.
And there they are.
They're going to get their scan, see, hey, what can we do? How do we make this move? And they're going to ping out a way here. Just need to make sure they are not grabbed by the sight lines of any of these teams up on top of the hill.
I'm glad that we pop over to Full Sail Armada as well, because we have to keep our eyes on the north side of zone. The few teams that are going to move in right next to, may it rest in peace, Thunderwatch and what is now Lightning Rod, and start making their way down towards Stormcatcher from the north side, because we've still got two teams that started up there and, for all intents and purposes, should succeed. But teams like Grand Canyon Rocket, who come up from the top and can jump down at any point, are going to cause a lot of chaos, especially when clashing with Full Sail Armada, who are right below them.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing right now, is the variability here of the height is coming in play as UNC Wilmington now starting to see a little bit of other teams start to move in their vicinity. Throw out the Bangalore ult for a little bit of extra poke here, and seems like they really would like to get some Evo. They can get up towards that purple that they need.
Texas Orange, having lost one, may yet lose another. It's a quick respawn on the other side that keeps Texas Orange from being able to push effectively. They are going to try and stick the res right now, but there won't be any support health regen to come in and help them. Kaiden has to break his own rampart wall in order to take shots, keep everybody off Texas Orange. Spicy Boy doesn't even pull off the med kit. We are hemorrhaging HP right now as a Bangalore ult comes in on top of all of this, as if it weren't complex enough.
Texas Orange just holding out as long as they can. Ottawa Braves to get themselves inside the ring after their rotate will survive, but there is not good spots for them to hold right now. They're picking up in front of them to just move slowly up this hill. As long as they can get that height, things play a little bit easier for them.
Ian John's gonna go down.
Uh-oh.
I mean, we're in drone, but things are not looking good for Full Sail. San Jose State still playing their nice zone position right now. 2 charge rifles in their hands, and Shmub looking for a little bit more Evo. Manages to dance around the bullets. I swear San Jose State just don't get hit as much as other teams.
They have to be bucking and weaving here. Just they are just not getting hit by these Full Sail Armada. Wishing they could do the same at the moment is Utah Red chasing down the last member. PB and John still alive here. Does get bamboozled here, and PB and John does get the shield bat. So that is maybe an opportunity for PB and John to walk away.
Ooh.
Purdue Black also still on the run. Nope, Full Sail Armada are finished off.
Nice job with a sandwich of 2 different teams. Utah Red coming in, putting enough pressure on Full Sail to push them into another squad. Does still draw a lot of questions, though, up towards this northern end. Remember that we still have, on the very top of all this, over by the height at Command Center, Grand Canyon Rocket, who've been looking really good. Our only team to run Caustic so far, and it has been very fun to watch them.
Texas Orange fly into the wrong direction here. We'll go into the ring. IUP Crimson down below, but with the Rampart shields, have a little bit of room to play with.
Minnesota are up against IUP Crimson on the high ground. It's another good zone spot for Minnesota, who, while they haven't had these incredibly dominant zone plays today, still have themselves in a gatekeeping position to do what they do best and hold on to territory. They're going to have to focus a lot on the teams below them, like U Buffalo, who are taking a fight right now. Logan Reap going to fall. Bulldog also on the low ground as well. Lazy tries to stick this res, or rather does stick the res. The question is, why I said tries is I don't really know how well it's going to work out.
Yeah, goes for another one. Does get it off, but dies in the process. Bulldog, though, will get the kill. Ottawa Braves are gone, but U Buffalo go down directly after IUP. Able to help out with that one.
And IUP Crimson now inherit this need to go up to the high ground to battle against Minnesota State. I love that we saw Kaiser for a second. The Mavericks are gone. Okay. That's my bad, guys. That's my bad. Mavericks just got rinsed, and I had no idea. RIT Black going to go down as well. And Robert Morris Colonials fighting in this tunnel. We are dropping teams like flies, and we're dropping them very suddenly, Tessa.
Yeah. Utah Red in trouble as well. Zakatar on a sliver of HP, and it is the Robert Morris Colonials moving up here. Not going to take a look in the direction there. They're fighting another team. This could go really bad once they turn around and see there is a team in the corner. They're going to have to change their target priority. Will fire into this Newcastle ult, try and break it to break that cover, and the health bars will go down with it. Nades forcing them back into cover.
Kaiser went down as well, having to move out of the high ground in Command Center. I thought they were going to do so much better, but they just disappear. That we have so many teams this game, seemingly, Tessa, that just get wiped off the face of the earth. Robert Morris Colonials, it looks like they're going to be the next ones, as this zone is not going to let any team out of this tunnel, especially when through all of it, you've got Utah Valley Green firing down at you. Robert Morris are going to fall. Utah Valley Green, they don't mind. They don't mind one bit. Schmiggles, however, does go down. They need to Newcastle res. That double support is going to make this a little bit easier. Are things being turned around? Is Utah Valley Green going to fall here? Nice push with the Newcastle wall. Utah Valley Green stick the res once again. And this time it will work out for them. Texas Orange are going to fall. Unfortunately, they get jumped on. Utah Valley Green still managed to survive. Utah Red go down. Utah, dangerous place to be.
Apparently, I am shocked at how close that was. Being able to come from that low ground really should never have been possible, but the fact that they just could not land those shots, they could not finish that off. The Newcastle ult, like you pointed out, was perfect. Absolutely needed at that point to get themselves into the right position to win that fight. UT Dallas Comets now looking to get themselves back into this series. Have an assist for themselves, have a kill, but UT Dallas Comets, they need a little bit more than that.
And they have switched off the Revenant, so decided, you know what? That try wasn't for us. These Skynades are crazy, though. I cannot believe that's not a knock. Rather, It is 1 kill, but it's not the knock with it, so not going to turn into anything points-wise for them. UT Dallas Comets still looking for the finish on Elixirs. They've got bigger problems. Just rode up the hill. 23 seconds to make it happen. Not just any team can do that. In fact, very few can.
Jumps over the wall. Kennesaw State Black go down. Just more KP. UT Dallas Comets, kill leaders right now. Have 6 KP seemingly to their name. Purdue Black gonna start to move up towards where this ring is ending, and we finally get a ring that has decent cover in the end game.
And even that, tough. Like,
yeah.
the cover we've got, it's not a house. It's a little bit of everything. Purdue Black did land right next to San Jose State. Didn't even look at San Jose State, but got taken down. Now, well, they haven't fallen completely. We've got other teams starting to come on in. Grand Canyon Rocket, huge team to keep your eyes on. Again, our only team to be running Caustic, but even with the Caustic pick, they're in 3rd right now. They're playing a way that nobody else is, and they are making it not just work, but look really good.
I mean, the fact they're able to get into this position, I don't know how they got here, really. Because the fact that they're here is just perfect for them. They have solid high ground. They have the Bangalore smoke to keep themselves safe. They have the Caustic to just keep putting down barrels to make it hard to climb up on them.
Let's relocate here.
Oh, maybe they're just going to drop down and not be able to get back up. Okay, they do figure out the way. It's Grand Canyon Rocket. I mean, who gets to push this squad at this point?
Honestly, you're not going to see it happen for a little while. Outside of evac towers, which could make this a little bit more doable, even then, Grand Canyon Rocket seem like they've got the best spot in town for now. 50 seconds, though, says otherwise, as they're going to have to give up all of the natural cover and rely only on Caustic Barrels to keep them safe, where you could very well see suddenly Grand Canyon Rocket just disappear, like so many other squads have.
UP Crimson trying to play slow and low right now. Do not want to get into a fight, but they realize there is a team directly in front of them, and they can't do a whole lot about this. Can't really go the other way either. They're going to have to hope another team joins the fray. Utah Valley Green going to kick down this door and try and get in. They will succeed. They're going to hold a little bit more space, something that's a little bit more tangible for themselves.
Playing for the cover, San Jose State. Get jumped up on. They did not expect this. They didn't hear it. Whatever the reason, they're now down 1 member. Still having a little bit of high ground, though. Nakosu's going to drop down on the Seer. Takes Radioactive for a ride. Turns around on Schmingles and almost does it. But San Jose State Blue are going to go down. Utah Valley Green immediately getting third-partied, however. See how long they survive as the UT Dallas Comets look for the kills. That erasure of San Jose State, though, changes the dynamic of this lobby. No longer do you have that big Titan on the inside. Anybody can do it. Western Havoc, no, that's true, but they run up and get taken down on the way in. Looks like Sanity is recoverable. Sanity may be your only hope. Grand Canyon Rockets start moving in as well. Who's your daddy on Caustic? Already taken down, but with the ult out, they've still got some value.
Pander goes down as well. Nando gonna have to rat things out here and looks to try and stay as hidden as possible for the time being as the ring continues to close. Round 5 will finish in just a second, and we have 6 squads remaining. Decent amount of cover to work with, but as soon as this ring starts to move, everyone's got to go out in the open.
UT Dallas Comets played very conservatively there. Remember, after the San Jose State fight, they chose not to third party. Radioactive just slides on bottom. No big deal. And they go, all right, well, take you out. 5 squads left, so a few placement points and a kill point going the way of UT Dallas, but they still need to find a way out of here, and Watson Fences make that a little bit more difficult. Almost taken down. 1. UT Dallas. Very dangerous to approach right now, and they're starting to approach. Bowser goes for Admiral Macron, does not find the knock, but trades almost no damage towards him. Instead, just comes up here and takes out Peon. Dragon gonna fall as well. Bowser going crazy for the UT Dallas Comets, as this needs to be the game where they make the biggest difference, but he gets shot in the back. UT Dallas suddenly almost gone. Then Bowser has to do it.
Oh, but Kenhi is the problem. Might go up top to try and get that KP. Get the shield swap ideally, but the heals are coming in from Admiral Macron. We'll back away and continue to look because there are more teams to keep an eye on, and Bowser has found them first. Now needs to find a way out. Uses the P20s to get that Watson fence down, but now how do you play this? There's not enough time to heal. In comes the Maggie drill and Admiral Macron looking to get the revive up top.
I like going for the res here. It is just going to be Bowser and maybe even a 1v2, and with a Peacekeeper against him as well. Eon going to get the chance to heal. Nobody, however, is making it out of this building alive. It's just a matter of whether it's Purdue Black that are the last people standing, or whether we see UT Dallas do it. UT Dallas gets sniped out, and now, realistically, you're just going to see more teams fall. You're not making it through this zone. Peon Master, you can see him ticking away in the background. Well, on the outside, it's UNC Wilmington who have the last laugh. They have so much space, all this cover. Purdue Black go down. Slasher is cutting through teams like a hot knife through butter. 3 squads left. Panda's the last one left standing. Grand Canyon Rocket will go down to make it 2 squads left. And turning around on Psycho, it is still UNC Wilmington that have the last laugh in game number 5.
Some solid change for ourselves here as UNC Wilmington all of a sudden now in 4th place. UT Dallas get up into 7th now. It's also not a far walk for SJSU.
it's true, but I really want to focus on Kaiser this game because we were calling them out as being a really good placement team, playing really well. When a zone comes to you, you're expected to place top 5. Can Kaiser pull it back, or is Storm Point their weakness?
That is kind of the question right now, because all throughout the day, Kaiser has been being very consistent, very solid now. They don't have to rotate through Storm Point. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that was the struggle. Hopefully this time they can get a little bit better for themselves. Now seeing a little bit more Bloodhound as well. Schmal's going to be running that one for MSU. Again, we have just the Catalyst for a lot of rotations, which does mean you gotta use the ult for a rotation versus that tactical smoke.
Sorry, I can't believe we haven't talked about this yet. Newcastle also probably gonna get banned.
Newcastle is also, yeah, one of the...
I totally forgot about that, yeah.
Again, not one that you're horribly, like, sad about losing into E-District of all maps, but...
Yeah. Did we see Schmalz, by the way, get sniped off of that evac tower? I know that's kind of happening in the background, but...
Out of respect for Schmalz.
Yeah, that's respectful of you. I appreciate that. You Buffalo, bit disrespectful. They are actually looking for the finish on Schmalz, and the finish, maybe even, I can be so generous, onto Minnesota State, who are running for the hills right now. Flaming Magma, gonna be on them like a sack of bricks with the drone. Difficult to push up onto this high ground, especially without something like an Ash, so might be in U Buffalo's best interest to let this go, because you can get 2v3'd on the zipline.
Yeah, they're gonna use that. Oh, no, doesn't get that off. And that also means they don't have an easy way to revive Schmalz, too. They can't just walk up and use that drone for the revive. Gonna throw the Sky Nades down, see if they can catch U Buffalo. They're getting a lot of damage down onto U Buffalo, and with the help of the fuse as well, does make it a little bit tough to walk up. MSU right now gonna be trying to find a way out of this one, but U Buffalo are covering all the exits.
Oh no! Flaming Magma makes the critical misstep, doesn't have any backup, gets taken down. Now this is a 2v2. Minnesota State clawing this back, and we said, Tessa, we said that pushing up here was going to be difficult, especially when you're making missteps like that. This wall, it barely helps, if I'm honest. We call that the hardly helpful wall. Minnesota State. Still looking good. That's what I'm calling it.
Okay.
For a finish. Might even get it. Gravity seconds away from moving in on this. He saw Magma, but wasn't able to take him down.
I'm actually kind of surprised that MSU Mavericks are looking to push in on that and try and fight. They had the opportunity to just kind of dip, but now another team has walked up, and MSU Mavericks, both exits are covered for them right now, and Two Strokes is going to be trying to look to see if maybe we can get the revive. Maybe we can get the drone out to do something of some sort. You're not getting the catalyst back up, that's for sure.
Meanwhile, San Jose State take out Texas Orange. And the Minnesota State Mavericks do fall in the sandwich. This is such a tragic game for Minnesota because it looked okay. And even against U Buffalo in the 2v3, it looked okay. But the second you get that third team involved, the second West Virginia Wesleyan decide you're going to die, you're going to die.
Yeah, and this is just smart play from West Virginia, too. They just get to walk up for free on this. Farm the knocks there. Do see the disengage here. Very nice use of the disengage there. As West Virginia will follow U Buffalo. Able to get out kind of scot-free on that one.
Yeah, I'm surprised, but like you said, the gravity cannon just really works out for them. Now, U Buffalo are entering the big question area. We mentioned Kaiser land here. Kaiser still here. Not going to surprise anyone. Still, though, a matter of how it's going to play out for them. Right now, Kaiser hold the high ground, and San Jose State have rotated in the launch pad as well. The Ottawa Braves may never get their chance to. It's really low health bars in the zone. Might spell the end of yet another squad. Purdue Black are going to fall. 17 teams left, and I think we may go down to 16 in the next couple of seconds, Tessa, because this is a bloody game of Storm Point.
Absolutely. It's difficult to move into launch pad because, again, it's one of those sections that does not have a lot of easy cover to move from. U Buffalo going to use the Newcastle for the revive, but there's another member going down in the process. Re-knock onto the fuse, and that will be U Buffalo gone. San Jose State Blue kill leaders once again.
Coming in to get the res. Shmub should be able to get that invisibly on the Mirage, and Viking Cap prevents any push that follows up on it. So that's 2 kills going to San Jose State. Just because they let Nkosu get out there in front, pick up with the P2020s. Even though he went down, doesn't matter.
San Jose State looking around, gonna jump up. Lord Shadow's just about gone here. We'll wait for that to refresh. Nkosu looking around, peeking, seeing where you can go in San Jose State Blue. Now just going to use their Catalyst ult and maybe just try to disengage, not wanting to take this fight.
I'm a big fan of this. Viking Cap calls for that. He uses the cooldown. San Jose State are a good enough team that they're all going to make that move with him. And I like that Viking Cap doesn't wait for everybody to be ready. He calls the play. He trusts the team is going to follow him on the disengage. And disengaging from that is exactly what you should do. The fight's extending a little too long. You're starting to lose awareness of squads around you. It's a good move for San Jose.
Ottawa Braves able to fully reset here as 3. Damage being done with the cluster bomb here or the cluster grenade is Temper. RJ looking just a little bit more to get to that max level. Got a Catalyst wall to move forward. Try and get underneath this bridge as best they can.
Wow. That is pain. That
and the Catalyst
is
kill.
Pain.
Ottawa Braves were not ready for the team on the other side of the wall.
Honestly, they weren't ready for Sheila. That was an absolutely brutal Sheila use. West Virginia Wesleyan lined him up and took him down with a little bit of an assist, I will say. But it was only a little bit of an assist. That was West Virginia Wesleyan, and specifically Ochia Duke. Just eliminating basically a full squad.
And not a lot of teams have been running this Rampart. A couple of teams have been running it from the start, but not many teams have been consistently running to it or changing to it later. Fuse ult used as Pander uses the Newcastle ult just to get out of the Fuse ult. And it's all State Black up on top, getting shot at, drone detected as well as in comes the EMP. And it's all State Black forced to heal back up as teams are moving in to their direction.
Utah State Black somehow began this game in 17th, moved to 18th so far, overtaken by the Ottawa Braves. They need 1 point to change that, and maybe even if they get 2 points, bump them up all the way to 14th place, which would be a huge change for them. They do want to join. Kind of saw gold in the finals. I'm not sure, given today's performance, that they're going to be able to do that. It's going to require 3 very good games out of them. That'll have to start here.
It's being tossed. Still State Black. Still holding strong in their own building. Very difficult to try and walk up and push this. Gonna take out the drone as well. For a little bit of extra safety.
BB and John's doing a good job of surviving, but I don't think it's going to net you another placement point. You did already get the 1 so far, but at this point, 15th may just be where you're sitting. We'll keep our eyes on PB and John in the kill feed, see what ends up happening there, because right now, high risk, and it'll be difficult to survive for long enough to actually get any meaningful points out of this. Full Sail Armada largely struggling with PB and John now down. Psych, the last one left standing, and out of zone, and on Maggie. Basically no utility. It's going to be all about farming people, because otherwise you're going to get taken down.
Full Sail going for their res. They do have the banner for Returtle, but it is not a fun time hanging back here. West Virginia, Sheila still ready, and West Virginia do want to keep holding out here. Damage done onto IUP. Ever going to get knocked to the thermite. There's nobody nearby to pick him back up. IUP just spread too thin, and they're likely going to lose their fuse in the process.
I mean, this Wesleyan bridge hold has been fantastic right now. I think my concern is that with the ring closing in, they have to give it up. But Wesleyan have had a very good game so far. Moved them up not that much, unfortunately. But at 11 points, it's been one of their best games so far. Maybe it'll transition into something a little bit different. See what it looks like as they leave the bridge, because right now even San Jose State is struggling. Viking Cap has just gone down. Art Kip as well, losing to Bowser, and UT Dallas Comet's even in danger. So it's a big shakeup around this zone close that takes us largely out of Launchpad. We got to ask ourselves, how's Kaiser going to fare with this?
Exactly, yeah. Kaiser have been kind of just waiting right now. Avius in trouble. Utah Valley Black in a little bit more trouble. Ring fully closing. Gonna hit the heel. Luckily for Utah Valley Black, there is nobody around. Really take a look. UT Dallas Comets are kind of taking all the pressure away from them. Bowser hits the shield bat and now needs to fight back.
Wesleyan unfortunately go down. We did have the question about how much they'd survive moving out of the bridge. The answer was not by much. Kennesaw State Black needing to recover underneath and should be able to take a look at where the zone is going very wide out into the open. Kennesaw State Black have a long way to go. So do Full Sail Armada if they even can move. Returtle on Seer, not exactly in the best position, especially having lost both his teammates.
And
I'm
just
sure
revived.
being focused just now.
Does not have any attachments or a backpack or anything of the sort. We'll be able to get the revive. UT Dallas Comets, they have pulled away from their push and they're going back over into this direction to try and take this fight. UT Dallas lost one already. Bowser can't hit the shield bat, no time, uses the P20s, does get the kill, but is that enough now? Can't hide from the shotguns, and there is just a sliver of HP left on Jay, who's gonna jump up. Sea Tracer does get finished. The P20s are enough for the kill, but UT Dallas get third-partied.
Finishing Kennesaw is huge, though. It pushes UT Dallas up to 11th, and with the kills to go with that. Grand Canyon Rocket now focusing on San Jose State, who, as we mentioned, were in trouble earlier. Grand Canyon Rocket very quickly becoming one of the titans of this lobby. Despite some slow early games, they've made the caustic work for them when nothing else has been working for any team that we historically expected to succeed. San Jose State still retain control. The Grand Canyon are absolutely looking at them. Nice job by Nikosu with the slide by the drive-by P2020s. Still gonna get taken down. Who's Your Daddy falls as well. San Jose State and Grand Canyon going to eliminate each other or die trying. San Jose State will be the ultimate victors as RIT Black fall as well. And SJSU, not long for this world, have a long way to go till ring.
And Nikosu is gone as well. Utah Valley Green down to a duo as well. Radioactive Poo. The slide down. Needs to hit some shields here. Gonna use the respawn beacon here for Schmiggles to get their third back in. UNC Wilmington, another solid game right now with 6 squads left. not in the greatest of position, but they are still up on high ground. The nice thing about this is the ring is going to go low. They're just going to full send onto this. They see the respawn, but the shields from the Newcastle, the tactical was too good. In comes the ult as well. Slasher fires, gets a knock. Radioactive Poo hanging out in the back. Slasher in trouble though, will go down. There's another knock from Freak Sonic. Will get the kills, and now they need to reset immediately.
With this wall actually should be doable, and UNC Wilmington in a spot that very well could win the game. Even here, from up on the high ground, they've got a lot of space with everyone else. Kaiser again, making it into the top 4 squads. Really notable here, and Robert Morris Colonials. Back again. Struggled after game 1 to replicate their placement success, where they were right next to Kaiser. Here, could do just that.
Kaiser looking, oh no, Sentinel shots ringing out from Kachow. Will get that finish, so that is Utah Valley Black now getting their member back in as another player on the map dies. Trade one for another, and Utah Valley Black a little bit healthier. Kaiser a little bit worse for wear.
It is all about placements for Kaiser. As much as kills are nice, moving up to 3rd is really their goal right now. Be it via kills, be it via simply surviving behind this weird cylinder that they've found, this generator-looking thing. UNC Wilmington not even focused on that, or instead looking for the kills, instead looking to move themselves up by a proactivity, something that Freaky is getting freaky with. Roof moves up onto God's Faith, swings on Kachow, and somehow doesn't go down for it, survives until he's back with the team, and then gets taken down. Slasher has to be sent in, and on the crypto isn't able to get anything done. It's UNC Wilmington who, despite their good position, go down, and the Robert Morris Colonials defending the high ground are going to get full sent. It's 3 squads. It's 2 squads left. And you know who's in second? It's Kaiser.
And you know what? They're probably going to be in second once again. How many times have we seen Kaiser just barely not get a win? Utah Valley Black will be healing up. Still 3 members. It is just 460. Maybe on the bottom side here for Kaiser. Can they pull off the upset is the question from the low ground as well.
I mean, Kaiser already got what they want, which is placements. If they win this 2v3, I'm
done for the day.
Good.
Like,
yeah,
I quit.
Exactly.
Like, it's not getting better.
Yeah, this has already been a really, really good day for them. This game alone has been a great win. 460 actually has held things down pretty well, so I could see 460 pulling off some 1v1s here. With now 2 walls down, Lawless is being kept honest. 460 backing up. We'll notice that Kaiser are losing space, losing time. They are still playing this 2v3 well. It is a losing 2v3, and I think that's to be expected.
Yeah, Wallace gonna peek around the side here. They just slowly, more and more, Kaiser have to give more space as Utah Valley Black playing this slow and methodical. Look how they're just taking sides and they just walk up and finish it. That was obviously 2v3. You expect Utah Valley Black to win that one, but the way they played that was really, really good. 96 points for San Jose State Blue, but honestly, at this point, we don't need to talk about them anymore. They're good. They're done for sure. Utah Valley Black, Kaiser, UNC Wilmington, and Grand Canyon Rocket, those other teams that you feel are completely safe. A lot of people, we have teams all over the place. We have teams down right now in terms of West Virginia Wesleyan. Already have Candrake knocked.
This is the Purdue Black that I know and love. Those teams, that team rather, just gets pretty dang aggressive. Nice find of the Phoenix kid as well. West Virginia Wesleyan are going to be able to recover. But I love that we're picking fights so early, because that is what really makes me enjoy watching Purdue Black.
Absolutely. They'll get themselves back on their feet here. Get their shields back up as well into the blue territory. And hopefully set themselves up nicely to make sure they do not get pushed, because they got to find a way out of this quarter.
It's interesting that West Virginia Wesleyan, after finding the recovery, are continuing to get aggressive in that direction. Just confirm the amount of space that's actually now in between them and Purdue, because you certainly don't want to be caught again having Purdue run up on you. An Old Town really close to Humbert Labs, a little too close for Comfort, and so it's turned this switch in the Old Town's head of, hey, you know, we really got to look out for this, especially because of where they are on the leaderboard. You can't afford to go down early.
Full Sail getting into a little bit of a fight as well. They're aware of a couple of squads near them, and they will continue to move forward. RMU, I think, one of the teams nearby as well. I know there's a team directly in front of them.
I'm losing my mind. Am I losing my mind? PB and John was playing for Full Sail earlier. They must have swapped out.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
it is Master Duck that is in now, I believe.
Maybe this works better for them. I don't know. Not having access to the comms. We'll see if we get an update on why the swap was made. Totally acceptable, totally doable within the rules. Just interesting to see them do it in the last 2 games. That's all.
I mean, E-District is a map that, at least in my opinion, does not play like any other map.
Yeah.
It is by far the most unique map, and it is also the newest. So if you've got somebody who knows that map really well, hey, let them run it.
West Virginia Wesleyan actually hunting down Purdue Black is not what I expected. I knew that they were going to keep looking in that direction, but actually seeing them find an answering full kill onto Purdue Black is interesting. Now, Purdue are going to be able to get a res, but the point, and I'd say the Pyrrhic victory going to West Virginia Wesleyan after the early game skirmish is really what I'm focused on here, is a good news story for a team that otherwise has been struggling a bit today.
Yeah. Interesting to see Kaiser, too, again, playing zone really hard here. As you can see, the ring going to be pulling in this direction. They've set themselves up, and they are right by SJSU, who are fighting hard and just going to send here. They're going to just climb up and fight this. Viking Cap losing HP as Shmub trying to walk up with the P20s, wants to get involved, but there's the Rampart shield, which is giving them a little bit of protection, and Shmub disengages to go for the heal. San Jose State Blue look for the fight, can't find it just yet.
Super hard disengage, too. I think Shmub could have stayed up there a little while longer. You got a player who's willing to swing into the wrong side of a Rampart shield. I think you can push that a little while longer. A1 Headman still being focused by Viking Cap, who now has swapped on over to the Valkyrie. Was playing Catalyst earlier. Very different utility than the Valkyrie, who is more of an IGL in terms of the rotations your team will make, but much less in terms of actually being able to make a play happen.
Kosu forced into the corner.
Obsessed with Kosu.
We getting back over to the team here. As I would expect, neither of these teams really want to full engage here. Even off a knock, it feels scary to just try and hard push, because you want to hold this spot. This is as God spot as you can get here, as now we see Kennesaw State Black taking the fight. More Revenant on the board, and that is going to mean more full sending. So they will get their first kill here. Fully finish that one. Nekusu to get a knock onto their opponents here, and San Jose State Blue, I was wrong. Just full send it.
Taking out Kaiser as well. That is a big change for the lobby, and while it won't push Kaiser out of contention, take a look at San Jose, because they are celebrating that they were just able to take out the second place team, who has been able to outmaneuver most other squads, including SJSU, on consistent placements.
Absolutely. Get in the victory squads. Be happy for it. As UNC Wilmington,
squads,
as they are going to move in for a fight themselves on another side of this ring. Look in, Volt does hit. There is the fuse as well, and that damage is way too much as C3 Freaky gets a knock. Great start for UNC Wilmington as they're going to chase down Radioactive Poo. There's the Bamboozle. Don't shoot the Bamboozle. Just going to turn around. Get back into the fight there, and Radioactive Poo will go down. Schmiggles taken out as well as Freakazotic takes down not just the 3 members, but also a couple of Bamboozles at the same time.
I mean, yeah, all three members is crazy, actually. Utah Valley Green just being eaten up by Freakzotic, and now Utah Valley Black starting to look for an engagement of their own. Now it is a little further away with Zakatar being the one that falls, but Utah Valley Black, much like we saw with Kaiser and San Jose State earlier, playing a little more conservatively, not going for the kills until they're sure they'll win.
Utah Valley Black is also just a very defensive comp right now. It is the Valkyrie to get where they want to go, and then the Newcastle and Watson to sit down and wait.
Western Havoc doesn't find the damage. We are getting into a very small area now. It's been tough because there are so many skirmishes that have happened so far on E-District that we've hardly had time, Tessa, to talk about what's going on with this zone. Western Havoc actually sit dead center of the ring. So do Utah Valley Black. A lot of teams on E-District, for those of you who have watched it before, this will come as no surprise, can coexist for a very long time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's with all of the buildings, and especially these defensive legends, you can just hang out here for a while, and it's not really a problem. I think on E-District, what really does become important is your resource management. Having the ammo, having the shields, having the nades to keep yourself healthy. As more and more teams come in, that becomes really, really important.
Kennesaw State Black were moving their way in from the eastern side. Grand Canyon Rocket making their names known in the south. Who's Your Daddy, unfortunately, does go down. And Nando will be lucky if you can get out of this corridor alive. Will he be lucky? He's lucky.
Doesn't get
Who's Your
away.
Daddy? Unfortunately, he's not.
Yeah. Ender. No.
That's heat. That's heat.
It's again, just we're playing prop hunt, and the teams just don't look in the right direction. Somehow, some way, Panda just stays alive, and Canyon Rocket can recover from this.
It's really crazy what we just saw happen there. Not see that every day. Panda, I think, has been spotted out, though. They know. The Robert Morris Colonials are on the hunt for yet another member of Grand Canyon. And Robert Morris Colonials, they've been robbed. They started today so well. Haven't had as many good games. Nice takedown. If anybody else was there, maybe this turns into a kill for Panda, for Grand Canyon. As it is, Robert Morris Colonials will stay on top of it despite the trade. And it's time for us to try and find a little banner recovery for Panda. Nando probably not going to be able to do it, but maybe a craft available for them later on. There are 2 crafting stations in this POI after all. Not sure which of them, if any of them, have been used so far.
Yeah, we'll have to see where they want to go there. I saw State Black looking around, seeing where they want to go. This is one of the most aggressive team compositions you can have.
It's awesome. I mean, they got so
Maggie
aggressive really early on.
Yeah, I mean, like, I love it. One of my favorite comps that I've ever casted, way back in the day. I think this is when Gibraltar and Caustic were meta. It was just Fuse, Ash, and Bloodhound. And they just blew open doors. Yeah. Ash ulted in and just killed people. And this feels like it has the same like vibes as that, you know?
That's actually kind of funny. I like that, and it certainly does. I mean, as we approach the last 2 games, teams get bloodthirsty, and normally the first place team's kind of immune from that. In this particular game, that does not seem to be the case. San Jose State University are taking no prisoners, only kills in this particular game. Nkosu especially loving to get cheeky with the Revenant. I was a big fan of his altar play. The Revenant is looking just as good.
You Buffalo hanging out with just a single member alive. Texas Orange taking shots from all sides here, and it is UNCW that are getting knocks on them. West Virginia Wesleyan goes down. UNC Wilmington throwing out the nades right now. Kind of going into the fray here. One shot from the longbow will get that knock, and UNC Wilmington looking really good.
U Buffalo eliminated by San Jose at the same time, so San Jose continuing the rampage. Not so much a question of whether they'll be in first now, certainly not. but more of a question of how many points are going to be left around for the rest of the lobby to collect if San Jose State are turning up the heat now.
Yeah, UNC Wilmington looking around and continuing to close. We still have 15 squads as round 4 has closed. Robert Morris Colonials sitting on high ground, but not with a lot of cover here. They got to use this rampart. The shields are just getting knocked down before they can do anything with them.
Rampart not feeling super good right now, unfortunately. See what UNC Wilmington's able to do, because they can't push up to finish these kills. They do have to wait for Robert Morris to come down to them. C3 Freaky with the Fuse ult can really make this difficult.
With
I like
the
that they're
EMP.
considering use it. There we go.
Oh, this is awful. EMP into Fuse ult into the Knuckle Cluster. What do you do about that?
A lot of HP, and I guess try and survive. C3 Freaky can't make it up the hill, though. As much damage as they've done, there's still a good hold going on by Robert Morrison, and it's making Colonial's life very difficult. Evac tower could be exactly the answer they're looking for. You got to be worried about being shot out as you go up it, especially by that charge rifle. Dev gonna go for it, even on low shields, and I'm just watching the health bars. Robert Morris Colonials somehow untouched, but it's because of the focus on the balloon.
Oh, now they got to fight their way out of this. They're going to drop down, and they're losing that high ground that they've had because the ring is going to start to close. Now, how do they make this work? They're playing on even footing, and this is exactly where UNC Wilmington want to have them. Dev on single-digit HP. Kachow hiding behind the block here will hit the ult and try to walk away from this, but there is not much room. UNC Wilmington play that to perfection.
It is enough of a kill. They feel comfortable leaving it. Kennesaw State Black, they do look over in that direction and go, maybe we can pick something up, but not seeing anything go their way. Really curious what Elixirs will get up to next. Very close to the next Evo, the next power spike for Revenant. So that'll be where you're really able to take off. If Elixirs makes it there, almost gets shot off the evac tower. Question becomes, where are they landing? Roof looks available. Roof not so available, but they're going to do it anyway.
Oh, the roof is available.
See if anybody comes up to them.
That is not available for them right now. Is RMU going to try and see if they can get that last member in? No. They will have one member alive, be hiding out, waiting for their opportunity to move forward. Utah Valley Black, as we check back in with them, they've been hanging out in this building for a long, long time, and they're going to have to move soon here. So they check out inside that bus, do get that final kill, and now the question becomes, how do Utah Valley Black rotate into a better position?
Taking out Utah Valley Red is tough, too. Kennesaw State Black going to go down. We just continue saying names and colors. Names and colors. So many Utah teams.
Lots of letters.
All of them actually doing quite well, but surprised to see Utah Black taking the fights in the same way they were. Full Sail Armada continuing their streak of aggression from the last couple of games. Have done pretty well so far, but have yet to actually clinch a top 10 spot in this particular game. It would be nice if you could eliminate one more squad, but Purdue Black are sitting on one member left. I don't know where Peon Master is.
Up top. Using it all to yourself. Just checking his phone. You know.
Imagine.
Just like, dude, Twitter is popping right now.
I mean, when you pop the ult Excel, when you're a solo, sometimes you got to see what people are saying about you. San Jose State, seeing whoa, how other people feel about them. Yeah, we all saw Watson go through that wall, and we didn't live long to see what the recourse from that was. Utah Valley Black very quickly taken out. San Jose State Blue now maybe about to be taken down because Viking Cap had fallen. Seeing a push come down onto them as well. Doesn't look good for SJSU as Shmub does take a nice swing. Isn't a 1 versus 2, but is Mirage, so is it really a 1 versus 2? Turns out, yes it is. In fact, it's more than that as he gets shot from the outside. Full Sail Armada take down SJSU with a little bit of help from their friends.
Oh, stick. There's the nades and Ottawa Braves. They're able to take out Full Sail Armada, but it is just one member standing. Sins is able to get picked up, I'm sure, somewhere. But it is 2 members alive. UT Dallas Comets, quiet this game, but in perfect position.
It's exactly the game they need. UT Dallas Comets do have to, unfortunately, survive that. And as our attention has been drawn to them, so too have they been focused by other squads. Thermite in the door, maybe
Beautiful.
helping keep them alive, as Bowser does manage to keep everyone at bay. That is a full reset, at least on the health bars. But Western Havoc aren't interested in leaving this alone. It's going to be Sanity that gets knocked as a result, however. And Western Havoc may just have to abandon this entirely because there are too many teams here.
Absolutely. UT Dallas Comets, rough situation that they played perfectly. Now they're dropping down. The Mastiff is hitting hard, and Western Havoc just taken out easily. UNC Wilmington doing the same with the Braves, but now we're down to 4 squads. Grand Canyon Rocket stuck as a duo right now, but the big ones are UNC Wilmington and UT Dallas Comets.
And where were these Comets? Looking at the way they cleaned that fight out, this team, I keep saying it. It feels like every game I go, maybe this could be it. But we're coming up on the last 2, and surely, after what we've just seen, it's UT Dallas's moment when they've only got to go through 2 people who are looking at them to actually get out into the next zone. There's not that much.
All right, T Black trying to set up their rampart walls. Don't have the time to do so. And they're going to have to go back up these stairs. Grand Canyon Rockets trying to put down as much caustic gas as possible. No ult available. Firing freely, but not enough. Grand Canyon Rocket taken out by UNCW. And UNCW backing away now, using that fuse ult for the disengage.
Free Exotic has collected so many kills this game. It's crazy. UNC Wilmington have had their success almost entirely due to this crazed rampart they've got on their team. Still looking for a little bit more, though, on the low ground. Free Exotic sets up. They're not trying to fight for the high ground. Instead, let the 2 teams on height fight. That's UNC Wilmington's plan right now. And in top 3, it may be just what wins them the game. UT Dallas Comets, still in top 3 as well, are going to have to pull off a crazy couple of grenades, plays, whatever it may be. Somebody's got to be forced off the high ground right now.
Running out of
it's
meds.
UT Dallas that are being focused.
The meds are becoming a problem. Look at Bowser. It's only got 1 shield cell left. No shields available. Losing HP, and UT Dallas just have to send it. It's not ideal for them. There's the Newcastle to provide a little bit of help, and in comes UNCW to clean up. They get second from it, but almost assuredly, UNCW will close this out. Bowser on just the tiniest bit of HP. In comes the ring, and UNCW get their win. And that is UNC Wilmington going into second place. I want to call out here a 22 kill game for 34 total points.
I got a lot of love for Slasher and Freaky. Freak Exotic went wild that game.
Probably going to be seeing the fight start out on that southern side, and Purdue Black getting into it, but not getting the first knock. They are going to lose Admiral Macron. They have the revive coming in, though, from the Watson, getting that support heal as well, which is huge, but the damage being done by Sheila is a little too much. Pion Master goes down. Knock in response, but Admiral Macron's the last one alive, and Purdue Black can't find their way out. Keon Drake very low as well. Full finish onto Dean as West Virginia, maybe not in the best of situations. Admiral Macron coming back saying, we can win this. It's a 1v1, and jumping over the hill, not working out. Purdue Black somehow, some way stay alive.
And West Virginia Wesleyan are taken out, not just of the game, but out of the competition this weekend, with 3 points going to Purdue Black, the 18th place squad. They eliminate the 19th place squad and maybe get one step closer to fulfilling the dream of making it into Sunday.
Absolutely huge for them now, as we're going to see Draft Point get populated very fast. See, Schmiggle's on the lifeline as well here. And this is interesting. I kind of like this. You've got the lifeline and the rampart for your protection and your quick revives, and you've got the fuse to just put down fire, make it really hard for teams to just peek you and try and push you. You could just constantly output damage.
A really important thing for squads in zone as well. And Evo is such a critical part of the game, so much less accessible than it has been. Outside of when you've got the little accelerator, which does make things a lot easier. You, Buffalo, our team in 20th place. You have to get aggressive. Have to is a strong word. You're realistically not making it to top 10. If you are in 20th place right now with only the 6 points that you, Buffalo, have gotten so far. But I think that it's safe to say that you, Buffalo, have the chance to make it to a competition like this again. If they can do it, it'll be pretty good. Full Sail Armada, unfortunately, are not going to make it, falling in 19th place, and they were out of the top 10, and that means they're out of the weekend.
Yeah, I got a little worried seeing San Jose State losing members. Texas Orange, a team that cannot go down this early, in trouble right now. 2 members knocked. Raiden jumping up, pulling out Sheila, maybe taking a little bit too long. It does drop back down. Not what you want from Kaiden right now. Has to hit the shield bat, but is there enough time? Revives are being picked up by Utah Valley Black on the top. Lawless gets pulled up from the lifeline passive as well, and Utah Valley Black reset Kaiden in deep trouble.
Yeah, Utah Valley Black, big and in charge in this building. Texas Orange, man, does it hurt to see them go out like that. What high highs from this squad, what low lows. 16th place is where they finished today. They will not go on tomorrow.
More and more teams falling and saying for sure some of these teams aren't going anywhere. Does make things feel just that little bit more stressful.
MSU Mavericks, though, I think going to be really grateful that Full Sail Armada was just taken out. That was the squad in front of them. MSU sit at 14th place right now. They can get just that little bit further. It's not even that far, just points-wise. 28 points to 34 needed to qualify. MSU Mavericks sat inside their building, have to be scared to even poke their heads out for the chance that they get taken down, because every single point, every placement is going to matter.
Yeah, especially when you're looking at the teams that are going down around them. Texas Orange, a team that was close by to them in points, is gone. Full Sail Armada gone as well. You're looking for teams like Western Havoc, like Utah Red to go down so that you have a chance to catch up in those points. More knocks, one onto Sins. It's SJSU, once again, another knock and a full finish onto Viking Cap. So San Jose State Blue have been neutered a bit.
The Ottawa Braves always fighting back. I do appreciate that about them. Seeing them involved in quite a few firefights. They've even taken down San Jose State once or twice, but this time is not going to be one of those times. And the Ottawa Braves, despite giving us so much, I want to say, content, fun, great games today, are also not going to be making it to tomorrow.
Yeah. SJSU have been put behind a bit now, so their aggression be a little bit more tempered as things move forward. Grand Canyon Rocket, one of those teams, is in solid position, does not need to worry about much. Gonna be peeking around as they see KSU Black in front of them.
Love Grand Canyon Rocket. They've been so fun to watch today. Who's Your Daddy swapping off the Caustic, though, not something I expected. Instead, giving that one over to Pander. Weird to see that out of them, especially given that Who's Your Daddy has been the Caustic and has been playing it quite well. Having the lifeline, a little too important. Pander, unfortunately, going to get taken down. Maybe they can trade this, maybe they cannot. Kennesaw State Black is going to be taken down by Nando. Things still very much working in Kennesaw State's favor. I say that as Elixir starts walking up on a lifeline ult. And maybe this is changing things.
Yeah, the lifeline ult has really good play around that, peaking just the right time, getting the fights. Now in comes the P20, is not enough. As Kennesaw State Black in trouble will fall, and Grand Canyon Rocket will knock Kennesaw State Black out for good.
Grand Canyon Rocket, even with the swap up, managed to make this work. They have had such a slow but consistent ramp up throughout the day. It's been a pleasure to watch this team. And they keep moving on up the leaderboard, currently sitting at 5th. Let's see how far they can make it, because sky seems to be the limit for this team. We have also very few teams that are outside the top 10 still alive.
It is a little bit tough, but Utah Valley Green, MSU Mavericks, kind of the two teams that are still available to try and make that push.
See what UNC Wilmington end up doing, as they are technically in zone. It's a bit early in the game to be talking about the zone, especially when we're having fights like this, because the more fights get taken, the more teams get knocked out, the less zones 2 and 3 matter, because the less teams are really pushed into the same space. Yeah. Even UT Dallas Comets, before they need to, trying to pick fights, and Bowser getting a little aggressive with the grenades is still ultimately going to be able to heal up, back away. But UT Dallas Comets are setting themselves up for success. I think my question has to be whether they can do that against Free Exotic, who went crazy last game.
It is kind of the worry right now. UT Dallas just throwing out nades right now. Bowser putting in the work, just trying to provide a space to move, as UT Dallas is going to grab the care package. PK available, will get grabbed. UT nice. Dallas, a solid bit of extra help from that care pack.
Moving all the way up to red shields is really nice. San Jose State blue are going to be just fine, as we always expected them to be. The Grim Reapers of this lobby knocking on your door, pushing you not just out of this game, but out of this tournament when they do not need to. They're just fine. Their placement realistically is going to keep them safe. But it's not about staying safe for San Jose. It's never been about staying safe. It's about staying on top.
Right now looking at IUP Crimson. We're in the top 10 at the moment, but one of the few teams that is still within reach of the teams below. Now, the fact that we only have a couple of teams that are within striking distance does make IUP a little bit safer. But it is... Oh no, they stopped the Valkyl! Grand Canyon Rocket might have just stopped IUP's dreams as they lose one and they just full send, ever running away from the caustic gas. GCU Rocket may have stuffed IUP.
That was a crazy way to do that. And honestly, we don't see that so much anymore because Valkyrie's simply not as common. But IUP really getting caught out by not ensuring that their Valkyrie ult was safe. Now have to manually walk it into zone, and thankfully for them, they're going to make it happen. Take a look at the southwestern side of your screen. They're there. Technically in, technically alive. In no real way are they safe.
As we see, look at how many teams are not in where this next ring is going. Nobody really has a solid idea of where it's going to pool. Some of these teams might be in trouble. One of those teams, though, is not Grand Canyon Rocket. They are in decent position at the moment, and they are scouting ahead. They're going to see this ring is not far from them. They have much time to make their way over.
IUP are being hunted like wild animals. Grand Canyon Rocket know where they are. They know the only other rotational path they could have taken into zone, and they found them. Grand Canyon Rocket gonna push themselves up a few more points if they can make this stick. Nice bubble for now, but it's drawing a lot of attention over to this side of the map. Pander goes for the Skynade, might actually dink that onto Ever, but it doesn't quite connect. Oh my lord, it does. Never mind. IUP Crimson are down. So are UNC Wilmington, by the way, as San Jose go crazy. And our top teams, they are continuing to push the envelope, or as Octane would say, shred the envelope in this last game.
Yeah, our Kip is going to hit the lifeline revive here and just keep running. As MSU Mavericks, they need to have a big game if they want to move up here. Now, if all three teams that are within striking distance, but not in the top 10, get in, then you need to see at least 39 points from MSU Mavericks. They need to get from 29 to 39.
I want to say it's theoretically doable, but it's going to take a different look from the Mavericks than we've seen all day. Not just a zone team that can play well, but a zone team that can play well and get aggressive. And they've been struggling to fulfill even one of those requirements today. Mavericks are going to have to kick it into a gear we haven't even seen in these 24 hours in order to qualify. Purdue Black, of course, always going to be right behind them.
B20s from Shmub. Hitting, but maybe not hitting long enough. Needs to jump right into it. Does get a shield crack. Shmub in the quarter. San Jose State Blue are split up, though, and this might not be the fight they wanted. Shmub does get some shields. Will finish off this Crypto. Get that kill. As Sakatar also going down. San Jose State Blue. New need to find their Rev and get it back up.
Nice nades in that corner. Do almost take out Shmub, and actually, kill feed shows us the Shmub has been taken out. Well, U-Buffalo struggle on the outside of the ring. We are culling a lot of teams right now, and San Jose State are finally included in that. One of our first teams to go down, who is actually making it to tomorrow alongside UNC Wilmington, RIT Black, and IUP Crimson. Now this opens the door, especially for teams like Western Havoc and Utah Valley Green, who are right there. You no longer have the Grim Reapers in the lobby.
11 squads. MSU Mavericks do need to get something. UT Dallas going down, one of the aggro teams. MSU Mavericks almost going down. They will get their resets. They've got to move quick, though. Ring 5 going to close in just 20 seconds.
And Kaiser starting to move in along this bridge. Does give them some safety for now. Even gives them high ground, but it's not going to be theirs forever. Utah Valley Black going to be taken down. That's your third place team eliminated. Still opening things up, and I love that we're focusing in. We started with elimination of the bottom half of the lobby. We now are starting with elimination of the top half of the lobby, and that leaves us the juicy, juicy center, Tessa.
MSU Mavericks are very, very healthy at the moment. This could be their opportunity to pull away and get into that top 10, where I did not expect MSU Mavericks to get here at this point.
Is good zone play, like we said, good aggressive zone play. They need in order to succeed. This
PK.
Big scare, but the Peacekeeper actually solves all of this.
No.
Two Strokes doesn't land the last shot, though, and he goes down. MSU Mavericks still managed to clean out one squad, though. With Buffalo and Valley Green going down, they move up into 7th place. The MSU Mavericks fall right then, though, just outside of the top 10, sitting at 12th. The MSU Mavericks will not make it to tomorrow.
So unfortunate for MSU Mavericks. RMU now looking for their way to close out this game. They're already in solid position. But look at these teams below them, 39 and 38. It is very possible for Utah Red or Western Havoc to take that spot there. Purdue Black, the last team alive, that is deep down below that top 10.
Top 6 teams, last zone as well. It is Purdue Black and Western Havoc, even Utah Red, I'd say, that need this game. Kaiser, they're going to be fine. For Grand Canyon, they're going to be fine. But they sure would like to send themselves into tomorrow on a win. So who's going to take this? Is it going to be those teams that have been the most consistent, that have been the most titanic? Or is it going to be the teams that need it the most, who are able to pull up in this last game and make it to the grand finals?
Everything up in the air right now. Western Havoc on the bubble in the most extreme sense possible. 1 point away from 10th place right now. Purdue Black currently stuck as a duo. It would be very difficult for them to get enough points to get into that 10th place spot right now. As the ring continues to close, they are one of the few teams that is solidly in a building.
Utah Red likely about to go down. We've got just one Rampart left. As we've been seeing some knocks on them in the kill feed. Kachow little bit easier for themselves. As Western Havoc now start to get pushed on, EMP is going to take away all those Watson defenses. Sitting right outside their door. Western Havoc managed to hang on for now. You can tell these teams are scared. Nobody wants to push. They just have to. Western Havoc, even now, sitting in a corner, not getting aggressive, waiting for somebody else to come to the rescue. But Kaiser, with 460 at the helm, are making this impossible for them. 460 is going to get taken down around the outside. Western Havoc may even outlive this.
They need to survive just a
Goblin's
little
still
bit
alive,
longer.
and Robert Moore's Colonials are down.
Robert Morris Colonials are gone. Grand Canyon Rocket, we're down to 4 squads. Western Havoc just need to survive right now. They will go down. In second place, though, Kaiser take the final game. Take a look at our standings after everything is said and done. Robert Morris Colonials are the team that just barely get in there. Western Havoc got in 8th place. Robert Morris Colonials 1 point above IUP Crimson for that last spot in tomorrow's finals.
That's crazy. And, you know, it just shoves me all the way back to game number 1, where we had San Jose State, Kaiser Esports, and Robert Morris Colonials in the top 3. Little did we know that we had the team that would be dominant, the team that would place highly, and the team that would barely make it, all in that first game final circle.
Congratulations to our top 10 teams that have moved on to tomorrow, but make sure you show up tomorrow, because tomorrow is the real final day where we crown a champion for Season 3 of Octane Collegiate. Dia, thank you for being here. Thank you to our production who made us look good, and we will see you guys tomorrow.